Sean Brace and Ray Dunn. All Philadelphia, all day. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Yeah, no, I've decided we need that change. I don't know if people trust Sean Brace. Frankly, I don't know if people trust me.
Yucky.
Do they trust Ray Dunn?
Absolute dummy.
Yeah, let's get it back to the original open.
How about that?
You can say the voice you trust, John Marks, along with Sean Brace and Ray Dunn. This is Middays with Marks. Oh, 97.5 The Fanatic. Good morning to everybody listening on the radio. 97.5 FM, WPN, Burlington, Philadelphia. On the worldwide Fanatic app. Download that Fanatic app. Get amazing things like on-demand content, video. You can listen live wherever, whenever. So check that out. And good morning to everybody watching on YouTube. Our YouTube chatters, follow, subscribe, comment. 97.5 The Fanatic on YouTube. I went live last night with Maniac Malloy from Bet Parks. Did a little Philly baseball talk. If you want to check that out after we're all off the air, you can do that as well as the Phillies get back at it today in Colorado. A lot to talk about. And we say good morning to only one person today. Because Ray Dunn is not only in chair number 3, he's also in chair number 2, and he's behind the glass. Good morning, Raymond.
Staying in my cage today, but we'll take care of everything we need today. Just the two of us.
Just the two of us. Nate,
Yacht Rock Friday.
Negative Nate Tennyson is back from the injured list. Is
Negative Nate.
Austin Jones is in today for
Sean Rodman.
Sean Rodman?
Yes, we're kidnapping him from the morning show.
The Worm? Sean Rodman? He's staying late because Dutsy's off today. All right, I was absolutely positively shocked when I heard that Joel Embiid was doubtful for tonight's game. The two of the biggest games of the season, back-to-back. I mean, hell, I was in here yelling and screaming yesterday, Embiid's got to play him back-to-back. And Ray was like, you want him to play him back-to-back? Like, yeah, I want him to play him back-to-back. Should we expect him to play him back-to-back? Yeah, we should expect him to play him back-to-back. He's still sick. Now, I don't know exactly what kind of sickness he has going on. I mean, based on the cold medicine that he had going on after the Miami Heat game, and he was sneezing and sneezing and sneezing, I didn't get an idea that he had this neurovirus or anything like that. Because, listen, if the dude's legitimately sick, then he's sick and he can't play. And I'm not saying that he didn't have a cold or anything like that. Is he really that sick? When was the Heat game? Monday?
Monday night?
Okay, so Monday night, he was already going through whatever's going on, and he played. Even if it got worse, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, today's Friday. It's Good Friday, by the way. Really, he can't play tonight in what you would say is the one of the biggest games of the season. If this team is going to be the 6th seed, and they're going to avoid the play-in, and they're going to be the team that plays the 3rd seed, so you don't have to worry about playing the Boston Celtics or the Detroit Pistons if you do win the play-in games, then guess what? You need to get your butt out there. So just the fact that he's doubtful, and do they list him doubtful because the Sixers don't want to say that he's fine because they don't want to get in trouble, and they're not going to rule him out because if they rule him out, then he can't play? Do they list him as doubtful because they're fighting with Joel Embiid because Embiid is mad that he didn't get to play? I mean, I saw Sixers Adam Aronson, in his Philly voice column say that it was just an April Fool's joke by Joel Embiid. Well, here's the deal. Either Joel Embiid, because this wasn't an April Fool's joke. This wasn't a ha. Either Joel Embiid was mad that he didn't play in the game, or that they wouldn't let him play in the game and they ruled him out. So he went on Twitter to troll, or he went on Twitter to troll because he was too sick. Either way, he's immature. Either way, it's not what you need from your star player. I mean, that's the bottom line. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with Joel Embiid. I'm a 76er fan. There's a handful of games to go in the rest of the regular season. And it should mean something to Joel Embiid that this team make the playoff as a 6th seed, that they make the playoffs and not a play-in team. Whether or not they have a legitimate chance to win a championship, they don't have a chance to win a championship. They're not winning a championship. But if you're trying to start something with this core, Paul George is back, and he's looked fantastic. VJ Edgecombe, the tail end of his rookie year, he's been fantastic. Tyrese Maxey has come into his own as a number one option, as a starting all-star. Joel Embiid, is he playing tonight? The fact that he's even listed as doubtful, and he went through that whole nonsense on Wednesday with they won't let me play basketball, and it's just I'm so exhausted with Joel Embiid. I'm so exhausted with the entire thing. I'm going to give the canned responses. He's an amazing talent. He's one of the best 76ers to play. He can roll out of bed and score 35 points. We already know that. You're never going to win when your best player behaves like a baby. And too often than not, Joel Embiid, the fans that love troll Embiid, I don't get you, and I don't understand it. Maybe you're a kid. Maybe you're immature like Joel Embiid. The dude's a 31-year-old. How much does he make a year? $60 million a year? And we're still getting the troll Embiid? I don't need troll Embiid. I need a guy that's doing everything that he can to make it out on the floor because the T-Wolves are a good team and the Pistons are a good team. And we detailed it yesterday. Sixers need to win 3 games out of their last 6 or maybe 4 games if they're going to be the 6th seed. And you're going up against 2 really good teams in the next 2 days. And it doesn't feel like Joel Embiid's going to play in back-to-back. And it feels like he's pouting right now, and he's kind of holding the team hostage. So we'll see how it plays out. I think we'll get some more information. They have shoot-around coming up. What time's shoot-around today, Ray?
I think it opens to be at 10:45.
Okay. So I know the media is going to be down there. Sixers Adam should be down there. Maybe we can get some reports. We'll see some stuff on Twitter, so we'll get a better idea. Is Joel going to be there? What are people going to say about it? I'm so exhausted with it. Even if he was being funny and is an April Fool's joke. Okay, really, really funny. I don't see anybody laughing. I don't see any reporter saying he was just kidding around. He was sick. They ruled him out. There was no follow-up that he was messing with people. He was mad. He was legitimately mad because they more or less suspended him for the game because he couldn't make the effort to go to the film study the other morning. That's what I believed happened. That's what after checking around a little bit, that's what I hear happened. So what do? You pout, and now what? You're not going to play in these 2 games? Ray, I'm sick of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you set yourself up for failure on this one, expecting to play both games this weekend.
You're right.
Like, you came in today guns a-blazing on Joel Embiid. When I saw him listed as doubtful, I was like, well, they got to listen with something if he's not going to play one of these 2 games. And if they're going to say, hey, the sickness is carried through the week and he can't play Friday night, do I think that it's the sickness that's going to keep him out tonight, or is it just the nature of the fact that he's not going to play back-to-backs? To me, either way, I didn't expect him to play in one of these games this weekend. He doesn't play tonight. Like that, I thought it was going to be one of the games. So I understand,
but
it's an annoying thing.
I'll let you talk because I just babbled for a long time. Is this the team knows he's not playing in back-to-back, so they've decided this is what they're going to do for the first game because then he's going to play tomorrow? Because it doesn't feel like that to me. It feels like to me, hey, Joe, we know that you have injuries. We know that you don't have great knees. We know all that. You can't play in back-to-back games when the season's on the line. Do they have back-to-backs in the playoffs?
No.
Thank God. Then you won't have to worry about it then.
Yeah.
Really? He can't play back-to-backs? When's the last time he played? Monday? He can't play back-to-backs when the playoffs are on the line? He's physically not able to do that? Are you kidding? Like, really?
I mean, that's where we've been, though. Like when they tell you he's not going to play back-to-backs to begin the season, I believe him.
But it's not just that he played Monday, he was sick on Wednesday, and he's not going to play back-to-backs Friday and Saturday. It's that he was sick Monday. Daryl Morey says it was pretty clear that he was annoyed that he didn't show up to the film session on Wednesday, and then they ruled him out at that point. And then he's on social media saying they won't let me play basketball. And, like, it just can't be he's sick, he didn't play on Wednesday, and they're not going to play him back-to-back Fridays. I might be annoyed that he's not playing a back-to-back on Friday, but it doesn't feel the same way because it's pretty clear that he's not on the same page with the team.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is the disaster that they've kind of sowed here, though. Like, we've had, over a decade at this point where we've been waiting for injury, illness, whatever updates, and they've always been cryptic. We've always kind of felt like the communication isn't there. Like, this is kind of the Sixers experience. This is the full thing right here. And Embiid's making jokes that aren't landing, even if they are jokes. If they're not jokes, then it's just him not being on the same page with the organization, which also has been a part of the Sixers experience. And now we're sitting here wondering whether or not they're being truthful about what's going on.
Do you believe they were jokes?
No.
I don't either. Not for a second.
No. Maybe I'm hoping that he wouldn't have that much of a lack of awareness to be making jokes while the team's trying to avoid the play-in, to be sitting there on Twitter like, hey.
And he's too sick to play. If you're too sick to play, you shouldn't be on social media making jokes. Why? Dude, he's a professional. It's not appropriate.
Right, he shouldn't be making jokes. He could be on social.
Why? No, you shouldn't. He should not be active on social media making jokes about the team not letting him play.
The jokes are where you lose me. If he's on social, he's on social.
Okay, but I mean, if you're too sick to play in a game and you're too sick to have film study, maybe you want to lay off being on social media or doing April Fool's jokes if that's what people really believe happened. Because all the Joel Embiid fanboys out there are going to kill me, and I'm going to get DMs, people threatening me and calling me yeah, there we go, Philly media again. Great, that's fine. Here's what I know. This dude doesn't act like a professional, really ever. And the amount of talent he has and the impact that he makes on the team because he's such a good player, all the other stuff is what kills him. All the other stuff. Oh, my God. 610-632-0975. That's the phone line. If you disagree and I'm angering you right now, bring it. 610-632-0975 because I'm even angrier than you, trust me, about this. What is going on with Joel Embiid? Voice memos on the Davis Honda text line of 610-632-0975. Coming up a little bit later on, have we been unfair to Jalen Hurts? That's later on this hour. What is going on with Joel Embiid? If he can't physically play back-to-backs, fine. But that's not what happened this week. That's not what happened this week. And if it would have just been that, and listen, he's sick. If guys are too sick to play, guys are too sick to play. That is not what happened this week, and you know it. Otherwise, you're just delirious. 610-632-0975. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
on the floor on both sides of the back-to-back. Think that there are lines that are just not going to be crossed in terms of his health, whether it's the regular season, whether, there's the 6th seed on the line in the regular season or not.
Tony Jones of The Athletic. Ready, The Athletic? Or on just a little bit ago with Andrew and John. We're back. Yeah, you know what, Ray? You're absolutely right. I did this to myself. I only have me to blame. That like if he physically can't. See, the problem is that he physically won't. And if he can't, listen, he can't. I'm the one that always says these aren't just knee injuries. These are like that. It doesn't get better. What he has going on with his knees, it's both knees now, and it's a shin. He's had multiple surgeries on the one knee. I think the other knee is actually the one that gave him bigger problems this year. These aren't things that are going to go away with time, with rest or anything like that. It's managing the injuries. It's managing the knees. And if he decides that he can't do it back to back, that he'll end up hurting himself and he won't be able to play it all afterwards, that's something that I need to accept. And guess what? A lot of people won't. I will. But here's what I can't accept. What's happened since Monday. In the fourth quarter of the game on Monday, he was flopping around. It was one of the embarrassing Joel Embiid. He gets carried away. He's overly dramatic. He's flopping all over the place. He totally melts down. And then the game's over. And then he's too sick to go to film study on Wednesday, and then which is April Fool's Day. And then at 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning, he's saying that the 76ers won't let him play. They won't let me play basketball. Whether or not you believe that that's true, and I don't think for a second he was trolling. I think he was mad because the Sixers are mad that they pulled him when he didn't show up to film study. Like, all of those things are unnecessary. Everything that happened from when the game ended on Monday until where we are right now is unnecessary. And it's not something you will see any professional franchise in any sport win with. It's not stimulus that's positive. And this is something that happens with Joel Embiid over and over and over again. He embraces troll Embiid. He's a goddamn adult. He's a 31-year-old male that's making $60 million a year. Enough of the troll stuff already. How about being a professional and doing everything that you can to play in these games this weekend? Right? If he's not going to play the back-to-back because of the knee, there's nothing I can do about that. But this whole sickness, what are we talking about? If he's throwing up and he can't get out of bed, what are you going to do? He's sick. Does he have a cold? Was it an upper respiratory? Is he sneezing and sneezing and sneezing? Are you kidding me? He can't play in the game because of a cold?
Sneezing and sneezing.
I can't wait to hear what's said at the shoot-around coming up here, Ray. I really, really can't. It's unbelievable that this is where we are. That 76ers fans, and by the way, if you're a Joel Embiid fan out there and you're MFing me right now, that's fine. But guess what? You shouldn't be, because you've been getting stuff with a bleep sandwich from this team and this organization for decades. And Joel Embiid, for as great as he is and great of a player as he is and the talent that you watched for many, many years, he's got no respect for you as a fan with his behavior. He just doesn't. He only cares about himself. He doesn't care about the team. He doesn't care about the betterment of the organization. It's more about him and him being mad that he was rolled out, and him being mad that they didn't just let him play, and him being mad, oh, I don't know if I can play today. Instead of putting out the effort and saying, you know what, this team needs me if we're going to win these two games. I'm going to power through and play these two, and then I'm not going to play against San Antonio, or I'm not going to play against Houston. See what happens. You lose one of the games, and it doesn't look like you can be the 6th seed? Okay, then maybe you're not going to try to play every game from here on out. Mark Jackson came on the air earlier this week and said that Embiid needs to try to play every game. I didn't say he needs to play every game. But yeah, like, you're not going to play a back-to-back? God, Ray. I don't know. Voice memos. The Davis Honda text line, 610-632-0975. That's the number to text. Leave your name, your location, and your occupation, whether you're texting or you're sending the voice memo. Okay? And then what you do is you hit the little button that, like, you're going to text us, and then if you're on the iPhone, there's a plus button next to it. And then a bunch of choices pop up. Hit audio, and then you literally start recording right away. Send us your text on what we're saying. Send us your voice memo on what you're saying, and send your text message on what we're saying. I just can't believe anybody would support Joel Embiid right now. If you're going to text or you're going to call, you're going to send a voice memo and say, Marks, you're way over the top, you're overreacting. I don't know what you've been paying attention to for the last couple of years. This guy has wasted his talent, all because he can't be a professional. He's tried. He's tried to become a pro, and then you know what? When it comes down to it, he just can't. The behavior, the social media behavior. They won't let me play basketball. This must be an April Fool's joke. I want to play. It's embarrassing at this point. And as much as I'm not a fan of Daryl Morey and a lot of people don't like Joshua Harris, You're never going to win a championship when your best player and your MVP behaves like this. Let's go to Scott in Cherry Hill. Scott, good morning. How are you?
Johnny, good morning. How you doing, brother?
How are you?
Johnny, I got to tell you, man, I'm more mad than you.
Good.
I'm way more mad than you. I can't stand this guy. His immaturity, like you said, overshadows his greatness. He's flopping around, which causes his injuries, contributes to it. Remember in that Toronto series, they had it won, and he's got his hands in the air waving, and then he gets nailed in the orbital bone because of his antics. And now he can't play the rest of the playoff, my language. He stands out at the three-point line more than he's under the basket. The guy's 7 foot plus. He's got great footwork. He's got a great touch. Stand under the freaking basket more often and get us points. We got 3-point shooters. We don't need him standing out there. He's barely setting picks. He's so immature. He's so freaking lazy. And frankly, I told your producer this, I think he'd be very content winning his MVP if he never won a championship. I think he'd be more than happy with that.
Yeah, Scott, I appreciate it. I literally, I'm just trying to keep it simple here. We can have the conversations of, oh, you should put him under the rim. His play on the floor he's a tremendous player. And the Sixers have won a lot with Joel Embiid because he is a tremendous player. He really is. I appreciate the fact that over the course of the last however many games, he made the block. What was the block that he made at the end of the game? What before the Miami game? The game before Charlotte. Made an unbelievable play. I mean, really, he's been trying his ass off. But then you see what happens? He gets mad or he gets sick. And he gets mad because the team's wanting him to make the effort to go to the film study. And they say, and they're so frustrated that they rule him out because he won't go to the film study. They say, you know what? If you're too sick to go to the film study, then you're not playing. And he gets mad. He can't get out of his own way. And it really comes down to it. You can be the most amazing talent in the world, but if you can't put the mental part of the game together, you're never going to win. And he can't put the mental side of it. He's not stable enough. He's too erratic. At the end of the Miami game, that's where you saw Joel Embiid at his worst because he was erratic, and we see that. But what have you seen since then? All right, he's sick. Oh, he's still too sick on Wednesday. What kind of sickness are we talking about? I mean, think about it.
Sneezing and sneezing and sneezing.
You're missing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you can't play on Friday. Is he not playing tonight because they're just going to say, hey, he won't play in back-to-backs? When I listen to Tony Jones talk, it sure sounds like that he's saying he won't play in back-to-backs, not that the Sixers don't let him play in back-to-backs, that he's making the personal decision not to play in back-to-backs.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he told you before the season.
He did.
That's honestly where I was surprised of where you were at today about being upset with him. Like, when he was ruled doubtful, you could put anything next to doubtful for tonight. And I'd be like, all right, yeah, it's a back-to-back. He's doubtful with he's got to go take his car to the shop before the game and doesn't think he'll make tip-off. Like, anything next to doubtful for me is kind of run-of-the-mill where we're at because he's not going to play back-to-backs. And I can't change that. I know I can't change that. So I've kind of let go of that whole thing.
All right, back-to-backs in Game 22 and Game 23 or back-to-backs in Game 77 and 78?
If he believes it jeopardizes his health to play in a back-to-back going into a postseason, we know what a compromised Embiid in the postseason does to this team. It compromises your chances.
He's going to be compromised whether he plays a back-to-back or not. That's the thing.
He thinks he's going to be more compromised.
Does he really think that? Or is this just him being a freaking baby?
I would think he thinks that, and I think what we've seen over time has told us that.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you your opinion. Do you believe this is, I'm not healthy enough to do this, or no, I'm being spiteful because of the 76ers and the way they treated me last year and the fact that they wouldn't let me play on Wednesday?
I believe that he believes his health will be at jeopardy playing it back.
And this isn't spite at all?
No.
Okay.
He's a spiteful guy.
I couldn't disagree more.
I think he's a spiteful guy, but I think he has convinced himself at this point that a part of his injury history has had to do with that.
I'm going to ask an open-ended question, and this is to the Davis Hunter text line. This is to anybody out there. This is voice memo, and this is to you. And I don't know the answer to it, and maybe I'm wrong. Name me another star player in any sport that behaves the way, just on Wednesday with Joel Embiid, that behaves like that. They won't let me play basketball on after he's been ruled out, and after he already put another weird. And I got to pull up the other what he said in the other tweet. Name me another professional. Name me another MVP level player. Name me another All-Star player that acts as immature as he does like this. He embraces troll Embiid. Who thinks that cool? Who thinks that's cool? A 17-year-old out there listening to us? You're in college and you think it's funny? The Barstool crowd out there? Like who embraces Joel Embiid? He's a 31-year-old man that's making $60 million a year. Start acting like a professional. He can't do it. Name me another athlete that behaves the way that he does.
In the troll nature or just being a pain in the neck? Because if we're going pain in the neck superstars, you're littered with them throughout the NBA.
Not that. Somebody that would go on social media after he's ruled out for a game because he didn't show up to film study. I'm not comparing him to Antonio Brown, but these are the kind of antics that players like Antonio Brown do that are just unhinged and don't have a filter. He doesn't even delete it.
Yeah, see, I could see the fan right now that's listening to this, that's a Joel Embiid fan, like, yeah, this is the whole point of what Embiid's doing. He's spinning all of you guys out about him. Like, this is fun for
right. And you're right. You're right. There's a lot of people out there saying that, and you're answering your own questions. If this is what amuses him, the fact that he's not showing up to games and he's not showing up to film session, but he feels well enough to try to make fans. Like, ultimately, it's not about the media. It's also about the fans. Fans that haven't seen this team win a title in over 40 years. Yep. They've been the one conference final in 40 years. One conference final in 40 years. And he gets his rocks off. He gets his kicks off doing that. That's the problem with it. That's the problem with it. And that's the maturity of him. And I don't believe that that's what he wants to do. I just don't. I don't believe that like it may be part of it. He might like messing with people and effing with people doing that. Is that what you want your star MVP player doing? Not playing and laughing at fans and media because he's making them mad? That's not what I want my player doing. No. Who else is doing it? Seriously, who else in the NBA behaves like that? Nobody.
Yeah, I can't get you a straight-up example of someone trolling like that in the NBA off the top of my head because I'm not tapped in everyone else's social media. I'm telling you, if you're looking for an annoying superstar, you go across the league, there's a lot of them.
Like, you do the news at noon. We would know if we know when athletes troll. We know. We pay attention to all this stuff. There's not any content out there that I don't see. All I do is look for stuff to talk about. Right? For like I can pretty much tell you anything. As long as I'm working and I'm not on vacation, I can pretty much tell you anything that's happening in the sports world. All right? As long as it's on a website and I can see it. Right? Give me an NFL player that behaves like this. Give me a quarterback, because he's essentially a quarterback. Give me a quarterback that acts like this.
Ooh, I don't know if you could compare the quarterback to an NBA superstar. I don't think quarterbacks are the same deal.
Okay, agreed. But like you're taking this too seriously. I'm asking. He's making $60 million a year. An athlete that is that high paid, a former MVP, that cares more about being troll Embiid than, you know what? I got to do everything I can to get on the floor to win. And I may be wrong. Maybe there's plenty of people out there, and that's why I throw it out there. I think you're going to be hard-pressed to find anybody that's a winner that does any of this crap because no one focuses on that. Give me some voice memos. What do we got on the Davis Honda text line? Go.
What's going on, guys? Sean Bernard and Manny Young checking in from Crossing Broad and DraftKings Network, and a little bit confused by the level of animosity coming from John Marks out of the gates regarding the Joel Embiid status. Now, obviously, in a perfect world, you want your best player to be available on an every-game basis, but the reality is that is not the Joel Embiid situation, and any outlook for this Sixers season came back to the standpoint of Joel Embiid and Paul George being healthy at the year's conclusion. We are now 6 games away from that being a reality. Does him being out on the floor increase or decrease that likelihood? We already know this guy has the worst immune system in the entire North American region. We already know that this dude does battle injuries right here. I think this is a little bit of the team putting their foot down for you can't miss film, you can't miss shoot around and act like you're going to show up for the game, which sort of has been commonplace for the past decade right here. And I kind of appreciate that from the Sixers standpoint. I also appreciate the big picture of them prioritizing making sure we're keeping them on the best possible path to being healthy. They're going to keep the 6th seed. The Toronto Raptors are falling, fading, and look like a bad basketball team. Feed me the New York Knicks as the 3 seed. This team's going to be just fine, and trust the process.
Thanks, Sean. It's less about tonight and not playing. Because as much as I want him to battle through it, if he doesn't play tonight because he's just not doing back-to-backs, and he's not playing tonight, he's not doing back-to-backs. I'm not going to put my head through a wall with that. It's frustrating. I'm sure a lot of people out there do. It's frustrating. I'd like to see him do that. It's less about that. It's more about the professional he's shown to be year after year after year. Sean Bernard, who is the most positive 76er median fan that you can find out there, even acknowledges that he was punished for not showing up to film study. and says that this has happened in the past. Of course it has. Of course it has. They've enabled him. You can blame the 76ers for part of this as well. I blame the player. Because guess what? If you want to be enabled as an athlete, you have to want to be enabled. You have to take the enablement. Is that a word? You have to take
Feels
it.
right.
Yeah.
Feel fact.
You have to take it. Damn it, Ray. You know what I want to do? I just want to watch my basketball team. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. There's real reason to be excited about this team. Paul George has looked fantastic. Tyrese Maxey has turned into an all-NBA player. VJ Edgecombe's legit. I like some of their bench players. And troll Embiid? Another voice memo. Let's get another one. Here.
Morning, guys. This is Anthony from Paoli. I've been over the Joel Embiid era for probably almost 2 years already. Like, I try to get invested in this team each year, and this year I kind of been like off and on, paying attention, watching a few games here and there, but I just can't with this team anymore. Like, as long as we still have Joel Embiid on this team, and as long as, to be honest with you, Daryl Morey, I think, is a complete moron, we're never going to win a championship. I mean, yeah, I just want to make the playoffs, have something to be excited about. You know, I've been saying the same thing about the Flyers, too. But, yeah, I can't. Like, come on, man. Joel Embiid's sick, really.
The Embiid stuff never ends. It just never ends. Being the 6th seed and having the Knicks in a playoff series would be fantastic for this team, fantastic for the franchise, fantastic for the city. Don't the fans deserve a little something every once in a while, even if they lose the series? And they'll be underdogs. I heard yesterday, who was it that was saying we got the first taste of, well, if the Sixers make the 6th seed, teams aren't going to want to play them. They're dangerous. That's Chris Broussard yesterday, and he's right. We talked about this. The Sixers, even if they're a playing team, this is what everybody's going to be saying about the 76ers. Go.
I'm not saying I would necessarily pick Philadelphia, but look, if Embiid and Paul George are healthy, then they could be a lot to handle. And we know Embiid and Cat have this little bit of rivalry. I think Embiid definitely wants to take it to Cat. Last year, Embiid, who has not been a phenomenal playoff player, gave the Knicks 33-10 in the 6-game playoff series. No Paul George in that series. No VJ Edgecombe for Philly in that series. So you add those two along with Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. Oh, yeah. And the pressure, all of the pressure, all of it on the Knicks.
Yep, he's right. That's the best point of it. Sixers lose the series they're supposed to lose. Knicks, then it comes down to, all right, like, what do the Sixers have? Sixers have talent to beat the Knicks. They have players to beat the Knicks. Does Joel Embiid have the heart? I'm not a guy that the old Philly term like, oh, he doesn't have enough heart. A lot of times I laugh at that kind of stuff. I think with Embiid, it's true. When you look at big series like that, it's like, okay, well, like, who's going to refuse to lose, and who's going to literally fight to the last second? Hey, I'm not losing. So many times when they've been eliminated in the playoffs, Embiid has blamed other people. He sat up there after they lost to the Heat and said, oh, well, we're not tough enough. We need to get tougher. And he brought up P.J. Tucker, who they ended up signing in the offseason. It was an absolute disgrace of a signing, right? No, Joe, you need to get tougher. He needs to get tougher. Joel Embiid needs to get tougher. We know he's injured. And you Ray, you've worked enough with me now. I am not the guy that complains about his injuries. This dude's going to be injured for the rest of his career, and there's nothing he's really going to need to do about that. We can do about that. Like, could he prepare better? Could he do more? Maybe. I don't even care about that. He's going to be injured. You're trying to get him on the floor as much as you can. If he can't play back-to-backs, all right, he can't play back-to-backs. Even in Game 87 and Game 88, he can't play back-to-backs. Okay, he can't play back-to-backs. All right, fine, you can't play back-to-backs. But here's what you can do. Must be April Fool's joke. Played against Miami in same conditions, and I'm planning on playing tonight. Then shortly before 5 o'clock, I guess they won't let me play basketball. It's just unacceptable. It doesn't lead to any type of winning culture when your best player is sitting on the couch on Twitter causing a ruckus. Whether or not he's fooling around or it's an April Fool's joke, if people really believe that or whatever, it's unacceptable. And I'm so tired of it, man. You check the Davis Honda text line. Can anybody give me somebody that acts as immature as Joel Embiid and does the kind of thing that Joel Embiid does? Is there anybody that can say he's literally been ruled out for a game because he didn't show up to film study and he's mad about it and he's on Twitter. Now he's not playing on Friday or he's doubtful for tonight. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe you're completely wrong. Maybe he plays tonight and tomorrow, which is what I'm hoping for. But
they don't have anyone on the text line they're giving you that would be someone who's a winner. We've got some James Harden. We've gotten some Zion. But we haven't gotten anyone that's given us someone in the NBA who's won.
But James Harden doesn't do anything. He doesn't say anything.
Yeah, well, I mean, the question is, what would you rather? Would you rather the guy that's out and about? And we've had questions about his conditioning as well, but it's more about the lifestyle and what he's doing in terms of Harden, or the guy that's in your face about it? Because, I mean, it's the double-edged sword on that one.
Yeah, I would never want James Harden on my team. I wanted him out of here. I would never want Zion on my team if he's not fully committed to being the best player that he can. I want him out of here. I'm not naive that guys maybe like to go out and things like that. But if your top priority isn't winning and isn't trying to win a championship for your team, I don't need you. And do I believe Joel Embiid wants to win? I do believe Joel Embiid wants to win. I don't think he knows the process of doing that, of being the leader they need him to be, of being the player that they need to be. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. That's the text line. That's the phone line. That's the Davis Honda text line. Do we have another voice memo you're saying, Ray? All right, give me another one.
Hey, this is Matt the plumber from Mullica Hill. Guess what? Besides Embiid, you could say like Ben Simmons, LeBron James, babies. They're all babies. They're all prima donnas. I don't watch basketball anymore as a result. The product is just, you don't know if they're going to be playing. They're babies. They can't play a full season. You don't know who's starting. Don't even get me started. What's the point of watching a whole season? Call me when the playoffs happen.
Yeah, it's a larger discussion on the NBA, which is, and I appreciate it, which we're not really talking about right now. But I mean, I think it does get into it. I mean, I'm talking to Sixers fans and NBA fans out there that do care about this team and do care more about the playoffs. I mean, what are we talking about playoffs if the team can't do anything in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the bigger question when we started to do I'm in, and I started to give you the qualifiers, then you didn't want to hear about the qualifiers.
Well, that's why you weren't in.
Yeah, well, I'm in, but I was in to the extent of you got to explain to me why I'd be in and what I'm in for.
But why weren't you in? Why did you do the
I'm in?
Because this happens all the time?
Yeah.
Well, this happens all the time.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching the games. I would be excited when they get the Knicks. I'll talk myself into them winning a series.
They may not get the Knicks, though.
I hope they get the Knicks.
I do, too.
It looks like it's more likely after what happened with the Raptors the other night. But we'll see what happens this weekend. I mean, that's, again, I didn't expect them to play both games. We talked about going 1-1 this weekend for a reason. Also, athletes, a couple of good ones on the text line here. Kevin Durant and Draymond Green. Durant, the burner accounts, constantly being on Twitter, tweeting at people, getting upset after games, and Draymond Green losing a game, logging on to do a podcast post-game like he's doing Philly baseball talk.
Yeah. Durant with the burner stuff. Yeah. I mean, what's the difference between those two and him?
Well,
championships?
Well, let's have Bob Myers build him a team then.
Let's go. Let's go.
Durant walked into the best team.
No, he did. I mean, Durant's with the burner stuff is a pretty good comp, and it's just so unnecessary.
Right.
Draymond Green, who has totally lost his mind, by the way. All right, coming up, have we been unfair to Jalen Hurts? Or the Eagles being unfair to Jalen Hurts? More reaction to Joel Embiid, and we'll keep you updated when we find out more. The shoot-around's going to be coming up, and we should know a little bit more about Joel Embiid's status for tonight. But BLG, Brandon Lee Galton joins us at 11 o'clock. That's coming up next, Middays with Marks.
how he adapts to this new offense. And I think then they're going to make a determination in terms of what they want to do with Jalen beyond the season. But I don't think an extension is in the works this offseason heading into the 2026 season.
All right, that's D-Gun, their gun. On with the morning guys earlier this week. We're back. Middays with Marks, Ray Dunn. It's a two-man crew today on a Yacht Rock Friday.
Yeah, Flashback Friday here.
It's a Flashback Friday.
Right.
Is that similar to a Throwback Thursday?
Yes. It's if you forget to post it on Thursday, you could just say it's a Flashback Friday instead.
What do you do on Tuesday?
Turn the clock back Tuesday. Memory Monday.
Right,
Way
yeah.
back Wednesday.
Yeah, way back Wednesday.
So long ago Sunday.
All right. My guy,
Something that happened Saturday.
well, he's talking about Jalen Hurts. And by the way, I guess I forgot I'm wearing the fatigues today. I have the Nike tracksuit on that's camouflaged.
We were going to talk about Eagles franchise quarterbacks. You just wanted to come in your Carson Wentz outfit.
Well, Jason was supposed to be in today, and then he wasn't able to make it. So, and I still wore it. I knew that he wasn't coming in today. But it was requested, and I felt like I'd be letting the YouTube chat down.
Right.
But I didn't wear it.
And the YouTube chat recap, really.
Correct.
Which is why I came in a tracksuit, too, because I wanted to make you feel welcome
You
on
have
the program.
You have the Temple sweatsuit outfit on. Paul Blake, our market president, he was wearing something similar. He matched.
Right, but he had nicer slacks on than the two of us. We got the sweatpants.
Well, I mean, I won't say that he looks nicer than me because I would say what I'm wearing is certainly, I paid more money than what anybody else did.
Yeah, which, yeah. We'll just let you have that one. We'll let that one sit there.
Doesn't mean that it's great, but I'm just saying I'm not. I mean, let's face it. Yeah, you're wearing the Temple stuff or whatever, but I look more put together with what I'm wearing than what you do.
Well, yeah, I was given this.
Yeah, I spent too much money on this.
It's okay. You're not cheap. You're smart.
How would you describe it for the listeners that maybe aren't in on the gag or on watching YouTube? And that's why you should watch YouTube.
He's a duck whistle short of heading up to Berks County on opening day of hunting season.
It looks like I'm going duck hunting.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's a Nike. It's not. I would. I'm not a hunter. I'd never fired a gun. I would never kill an animal. Not that hunters can't do that. I don't know. But no, it's not why I had this.
It looks like he's trying to gain initiation to Fletcher Cox and Carson Wentz's social club.
It does look like that.
Yeah.
But it looks cool. I think I look cool in it.
It looks like you're trying to hard launch a move to the south to all of our listeners right now.
This was late night shopping. I realized that I had Nike gift cards that I hadn't used in 2 years. I got it for Christmas 2 years ago, and I'm like, all right. So now I'm looking for. I have lots of Nike sneakers, and I couldn't find anything. I'm like, well, I already kind of have that. I already have that. And then what I was wearing just kept popping up, and bottom and everything, and it was on sale too. So I was like, you know what? I got to do it. I love it, and I love it. And I'm not allowed to wear it out of the house. I've been told by my family you can't wear that.
Except for when you're on YouTube at your media job.
I wanted to wear
post
this
clips.
I wanted to wear this to my kid's basketball game, and I was told no.
Yeah, I understand that.
Why?
I side with your kids on that one.
Yeah, I mean,
I would not want to answer for my father wearing that fit to my basketball game.
My 4-year-old told me this morning, Daddy, don't wear that. And I said, it's okay. I'm going to work. It's kind of a bit. And she's like, well, Mommy doesn't like that. And I'm like, no one else likes it either.
Yeah. Mom's not alone on that one.
The bit loves it.
Yeah. Your 4-year-old's in on bits?
She is.
That's great.
Gotta start them young.
That's right.
Gotta start them young. All right, here's my question with Jalen Hurts. BLG, Brandon Lee Gouton, Bleeding Green Nation's coming up at 11 o'clock. Are the Eagles treating Jalen Hurts like a franchise quarterback? Because he's certainly being paid like a franchise quarterback if you look at his salary. And he's certainly performed in the big picture like a franchise quarterback. If you want to go and look at the passing offense and everything, I understand I'm going to get a stiff argument against that. And this isn't even really my argument. It's just me asking the question. But Jalen Hurts after this season doesn't have has very little guaranteed money on his contract. Typically when that's the case, and you're a franchise quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, a quarterback that was to 2 Super Bowls in 4 years, a Super Bowl MVP, and would have been a 2-time Super Bowl MVP if they would have been able to pull the first game off against the Chiefs, there wouldn't be any discussion of if he's getting a contract extension. It would be when in training camp is he getting a contract extension, period. And I would think that everything that I've seen, everything that I've heard, is that the Eagles aren't even considering a contract extension with Jalen Hurts. Zach Berman was on with us, and I think somebody else said it too. This isn't a prove-it year for Jalen Hurts, but this is a prove-it year for Jalen Hurts. Not that he's going to it's a make or break. He could lose his job. There's a scenario out there where he's not the Eagles starting quarterback in 2027. Maybe it's 5% or 10%. He would have to really, really struggle, and things would have to blow up around him to where the Eagles would say, well, we don't want to give him any more guaranteed money. I don't expect that to happen. I want to make sure that I say that. I actually believe that Jalen Hurts is the guy that responds to challenges like this. So it is interesting, but if I was the Eagles, I'd be doing things the exact same way. They don't need to extend him right now, but it's also very telling of what they think of the quarterback. That they're not, because this was Josh Allen, who haven't won anything, Joe Burrow, who at least made it to a Super Bowl, Herbert, who are these other younger quarterbacks that everybody loves, the media loves, but haven't won squat. They'd be extended. Herbert would get an extension this offseason. Do you believe that?
Yeah, probably.
Same scenario. Is he getting an extension? Yeah. You don't want to piss the quarterback off. There's no more guaranteed money. You can reduce his cap hit. He is. Josh Allen, of course. Joe Burrow, of course. But Jalen Hurts, for whatever reason, and is it the media? Yeah, I do think the media treats Jalen Hurts differently than a Joe Burrow. When was the last expose on Joe Burrow or on Josh Allen or on any of these quarterbacks? If Pat Mahomes was in Philadelphia and he performed the way that he performed last year in Kansas City, would there have been a deeper dive on Pat Mahomes? I think it's more about being in Philadelphia and being with his team than some of it is than Jalen Hurts. If Jalen Hurts was in Kansas City and the same thing happened in Kansas City, would there be a deep dive with Jeremy Fowler and Tim McManus? No, I don't think there would be. But there also wouldn't be a wide receiver who is using every social media platform and streamers to put his message out there that he's unhappy. It's just a really weird situation, man. It just is. All right, we'll discuss this more in the 11 o'clock hour coming up with BLG, Brandon Lee Galton of Bleeding Green Nation. Does he believe Jalen Hurts is being treated like a franchise quarterback? And should the Eagles extend him this offseason? Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. All right, let's talk about Comer and Cross for a second. Check it out. Cracked concrete in your garage. All right, so if you have that cracked floor, stains, maybe you have the old epoxy. Look, it seems like such a good idea when you do it. And then the year later, you're like, why the hell did I do this? You have to check out Comer and Cross. They will completely transform your garage floor in just one day. One day, and the results are amazing. It looks like a true showroom finish. It's like when you pull into the garage every night, it looks like a brand new garage. And guess what? Right now, they're offering 50% off installation, and they make it so easy. They will actually move the stuff out of your garage for you. Repair all the cracks and pits so it looks new, and then you choose your custom Comer and Cross finish. And this isn't paint. It's not epoxy. It's built to last. There's no chipping, no cracking, no tire lift ever. And how about that? 50% off installation. But don't wait. If you know your garage floor needs this, and you know it does, and you've been thinking about it, don't epoxy. Get it done now and get a great deal with 50% off installation. You can have that showroom floor you want every single night. All right, so call them today, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, the website, comercross.com, COMER cross.com.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Big weekend. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update brought to you by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of the inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more at crohnscolitisfoundation.org. Sixers open up a back-to-back tonight with the Timberwolves at 7. You can hear the game right here on the Fanatic. Joel Embiid doubtful for the game due to illness. Tony Jones joined Kincade Salciunas earlier today. Says he does not expect him to play both ends of the back-to-back.
I still don't see it. I believe that Joel Embiid's playing both sides of a back-to-back when I actually see him on the floor on both sides of a back-to-back.
Second end of that back-to-back is on Saturday night against the Detroit Pistons. Adam Aronson of Philly Voice will join us at 1 o'clock to talk about the Sixers. Flyers fell 4-2 to the Red Wings last night. Entered 3 points out of a playoff spot tonight. They've got the Islanders at 7. The game will be on our sister station, WMMR. Phillies open up a series in Colorado against the Rockies today at 4. Aaron Nola on the mound for the Phils. And the Union on the road tomorrow against Charlotte FC at 7:30. You can listen to the game on our sister station, WWDB. This update is also brought to you by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call 24-hour victim helpline 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
is Middays with Marks. BLG coming up in a second. Starting Monday, Fanatic Parlay Cash. How about that? Win $1,000 5 times a day. Keep that up. Keep that up, Ray. I need more of that. Thank you. Every day at 8 a.m., 10 a.m., noon, 3, and 5, we'll announce a keyword. You have 25 minutes, until 25 minutes after the hour to enter. There's 3 ways to enter on the contest page, 975thefanatic.com, via the Fanatic app on your mobile device, or you can text it to a special short code, which will give you one winner wins $1,000. Fanatic Parlay Cash stood up by Iron Mountain Men's Health. Contest rules, 975thefanatic.com. There you go. And Ray, you're not eligible to win.
Oh, I know. This has been 4 years now of me trying to take the company's money. And even with all the burner phones, they still don't let me win.
Well, guess who is eligible to win? Everybody else, including Brandon Lee Galton of Bleeding Green Nation and a member of the Middays with Marks knockout team. And I think BLG finished in the top 20. When did you get knocked out there, BLG? What's up?
I think I had 5 or 6 rounds before the mighty E-Rock knocked me out.
Yes, the E-Rock lasted a while, too. That's right. It really is all about who ends up being behind you. Because with you, if you miss, you're so damn tall, and you're not allowed to dunk. You pretty much are just doing a Mo Cheeks finger roll to put it in. But if you miss and then it caroms off a little bit, yeah, E-Rock just sunk it. And I guess that's what happened with you.
Yeah, tough break. I didn't get to eliminate anyone either. The guy in front of me, whoever that was, kept just making the shot every time. So
that's who won, I think.
Also,
was that the no?
No, I don't. No. I don't. But he did pretty well. He got pretty far too.
He did. All right. Well, thank you for representing the show with great character and skill, BLG. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right. So the Jalen Hurts, the article comes down this week. Nothing really new or earth-shattering in there. And I didn't really think it was that negative on Jalen. I know a lot of people that probably didn't read it. I saw Seth Joyner call it a hit piece, and a lot of people call it a hit piece. And it's far from a hit piece, but it is like Jalen Hurts is being, I don't want to say investigated, but people are trying to dig stuff up. I guess that happens after the wide receiver during the season is constantly upset with the quarterback. But overall, what was your opinion on the entire piece and just the idea to do it?
Yeah, I'd definitely push back on the hit piece idea. I mean, that kind of, if you're calling it that, I don't think you read the whole article. And I wouldn't be surprised because if you go to my Twitter profile and look at my pinned tweet, there's a joke there about how to read articles on the internet, and obviously you just read the headline, and then you don't read anything else at all. And then you just start reacting to it because
you also do that on Instagram and Twitter with videos where you don't watch or listen to the video, you just read the caption and then you start ripping people. Yeah,
exactly. And look, that's part of the world, unfortunately. But I mean, I think when you read the article, you clearly see there is I would say Tim and Jeremy Fowler go out of their way to be balanced in that article in a good way. Not to be clear, but. They're very fair, and also by the end of it too, they're talking about how there are positive strides as it relates to Jalen kind of embracing maybe what Sean Mannion wants to do this year. So look, obviously there are things in there that aren't necessarily the most flattering, but ultimately this is not a hit piece. This is not saying Jalen Hurts is a lost cause. The Eagles need to move off of him. Nope. That was not the point of the article. And if you took that to be the point, I just don't think you really understood it or read it that closely. I think it's an acknowledgement that while he has had success at a very high level, and that cannot be argued, there are also things that he could do better and could really help this team rebound from where they were last year, especially offensively.
Yeah, and we had Fowler on that the day that it came out, and I know he's done a lot of media locally and nationally regarding the article. And I heard him, he said it to us, and he said it to the other outlets too, that when they went into the story, it wasn't necessarily about Jalen Hurts. I think probably it was about, what's going on? A.J. Brown's clearly unhappy. There's been reporting on your site, Jose Laguido, he was requesting to be traded during the season. So they go into the article not knowing what they're going to report, and Jeremy had said to us it ended up being more about Jalen Hurts than anything else.
I think another under-discussed thing from this entire article is the parallels and similarities to what we heard about Carson Wentz at one point in time. And you just mentioned Joe, and obviously you go back to his article then about Carson Wentz. And I'm not saying they're the same person by any means, because they're not, Jalen and Carson. But I do think one of the more telling things is like this theme of the quarterback maybe having an outsized influence. And it's tough, look, because that player, when they get paid, they're making so much money. They obviously have so much of a role in the team's success, and obviously Jalen more so than Carson, obviously. But ultimately, I think there is something to be there needs more discussion about how the organization, which has done very well, to be clear, obviously, with their Super Bowl success, but if we're looking at one of the flaws maybe, it's that they've kind of created this environment where the quarterback might have a little bit too much power, or at least that's certainly how people feel in the building elsewhere. And maybe that needs to be explained better, massaged better. I don't know what the solution is, but I think that it's clear that the organization is creating this. The organization is culpable. That's the point I'm trying to make here. They don't just get to be like, oh, it's the quarterback who wants to, do everything his way. Like the organization is creating the environment in which that happens.
Yeah, I asked Fowler, I said, is this something that is unusual based on kind of the way Jalen behaves and the power and all that stuff and being hard-headed to coaching? Is this something that is unusual around the NFL? And I was leading him into I was expecting him to say, no, it's not really all that unusual. And I don't think it is, right? Like the things that were detailed in the article, I would think maybe it doesn't happen on every team, but you're telling me that the quarterback can be a little bit difficult to deal with sometimes? Duh, right? Like they've been treated differently their entire life of any position in football, of any really position in sports. The quarterback is always treated differently in high school, in Pee-wee, in pound teams, right? So I'm not surprised. And nowhere in there does it say Jalen Hurts is a bad guy. And that's I heard Adam Schefter saying this, I think, with McAfee, where he said, oh, I won't use anonymous sources to kill it. Nobody killed Jalen Hurts in the article, PLG. They really, really didn't. Anybody that thinks this was the hit piece, I would just say it one more time. Just take 5 minutes and read it and see really what it was.
Yeah, and obviously, like you look at where the sourcing might be coming from, and I think there's absolutely validity that, there's parts in there that are certainly very sympathetic to coaching staff, and you have to consider where that information could be coming from and who benefits from that.
Sure.
But ultimately, again, I agree that this is not, and it's all about spinning it forward. Look, we can argue about like what happened in the past, whatever, but as we're projecting things for the 2026 team, I think there's clearly sentiment inside that building that is putting some of this stuff out there, in part because they're hoping it gets through to Jalen, and they're hoping that he truly does embrace the direction they want to go. I don't think this is getting out there with the intent to crush Jalen Hurts and make sure he's never good again. I think ultimately, and obviously different people have different agendas, but I think there really is an effort out there to try to hope this gets out there and it's ultimately what's best for him.
Brandon Lee Gouton, Bleeding Green Nation. Jalen does not have a lot of guaranteed money past this season, and I would say, and this is what I want. If you agree with me, typically this is when you would extend the quarterback. He's going into not a final year of a contract, but this is where a lot of the guaranteed money runs out. And I was asking Ray this earlier: is there any other franchise quarterback in the like Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, any of these younger guys in the same situation where the team isn't looking to extend him? Because it doesn't look like the team's really looking to extend him this year.
Yeah, I'd have to go and look through, but that's a great question. And it is I know people are like, oh, well, why would they extend him? He has multiple years. It's all about the guaranteed money, like you talked about, and the fact that he's going into the final season of that. Like that's significant there. It's not like unprecedented for quarterbacks or players to go into a year where it's the last year of their guaranteed money. But that's certainly why the contract conversation is relevant and happening here. So based on the Inquirer's reporting, Jalen's aware of that. And I think, that's why, again, the premise of this article comes into place, because it is kind of like a crossroads of, okay, how does he do this year? Do we want to commit even more to him? Or are we looking to maybe pivot down the road or something? So it's absolutely a relevant conversation.
Yeah, it's because Fowler termed it a crossroads, like you had just said. And we had Zach Berman on, and we had talked about this. It's not a prove-it year for Jalen Hurts, but it's kind of a prove-it year for Jalen Hurts, right? I think that in 2027, the most likely scenario by far that he's back as the starting quarterback. But also, this is such a big year for him. Does he take to coaching the new offense that the Eagles want to run? How does he look doing that? If J.J. Brown's not here and it's not as good of a team, how good does he look? So maybe it's not a prove-it year, but it's kind of a prove-it year for him, BLG.
Well, I think what is instructive going forward is, like, the Eagles are going to make this contract decision and this offer down the road, if it comes, in large part because of what they think Jalen Hurts is going to be. Like, it's not just like, oh, thanks, Jalen, here's a contract for what you have already done. Like, you have to spin it forward again and look at how you're projecting the player and how you feel it's going to go over the course of that new contract and not just what they have already accomplished. Obviously, what they have accomplished informs maybe what they could do, but it's just not that simple. So that's why, absolutely, I think you're looking at this year and trying to wonder, okay, how do we feel about this? And also, how do we feel about him being able to sustain that kind of level or not moving forward?
What would you bet on right now with Jalen Hurts? I honestly think, and I wouldn't say I'm the most positive Jalen guy in the world, but to be fair, every time he's been challenged, really since college, every time he's been challenged and he's been doubted, he's responded in a big way. I mean, I was one of the guys that said, well, I don't think he's a good enough quarterback throwing the football. He can be a starter. I don't know if he's a really good starter. He ends up becoming the starter. He goes to 2 Super Bowls the year after 2023 when the season fell apart and he wasn't getting along with Nick Sirianni. They won the Super Bowl. So I expect Jalen Hurts to respond to this. I really do.
I think he's earned some benefit of the doubt with what he has done, obviously in the biggest games of his career. And to your point there, yeah, I don't think the people betting against Jalen Hurts have really won out so far to this point. So I'm not going to put myself in that position. And I say that as someone who I consider myself to be pretty in the middle on Jalen when it comes to, I'll argue with the people who criticize him too much because I think they go too far. I think some of his biggest supporters go way too far at the same time. So I feel like I'm pretty even-keeled on him, but I'm not going to be, just based on what he has done and what I think he can still do, I'm not going to be in the spot where I doubt him. And I'm open to change my mind on that down the road, but right now I'll give him some benefit of the doubt.
All right, there he is, Brandon Legout, Bleeding Green Nation. Best Eagles coverage you're going to find out there. Last thing, BLG, we need your updated odds percentage. I wavered last week, and I went down to 85%, but I'm back up to, what did I say, Ray?
95?
I'm 95%. Is A.J. Brown being traded?
Yes.
100%?
100%.
They just, I mean, I don't, I have to stop talking about it. It just amazes me that people think that this is totally made up. And everything else. It's an amazing opinion among Eagles fans out there. It's crazy.
When the team owner says, we'll see what happens down the road, I mean, that's not the strongest vote of confidence to me.
No, but, Lori, I'm surprised he wasn't prepared with a better answer. He kind of went humming. Oh, well, let me say this. Jalen, he's a great wide receiver. So is Devontae.
Oh, won't see him no more.
Yes. Thanks, BLG.
All right, guys, take it easy.
All right, happy Easter. Have a good one. There he is. Humming.
So bad.
Can we hear it again? It was the funniest thing I heard all week. I was so shocked that he wasn't prepared with a better answer. Even though Sirianni and Howie kind of gave you the, well, he's an Eagle right now, and it's like, all right, that's pretty telling. Nothing was more telling than Jeffrey Lurie humming. And because like it was me, and by the way, Ray, I feel like I'd be very good in front of the media at saying nothing, unless I wanted to say something. Do we have Jeffrey Lurie? Here's the, I think it's question and answer. Go ahead.
We kept saying AJ's an Eagle, and he's definitely, I just will say this, Devontae and AJ, 2 great receivers and also great teammates. I just want to say that. These 2 are wonderful to have. And
all right, that's all right.
It is incredible the number of questions this week that went from A.J. Brown to, man, Devontae Smith's a great guy. We really love Devontae.
And let me say this. They're also good people, too. It's not just being great players. It's good. They're good people as well.
If I have to be told one more time that A.J. Brown's a great guy, I'm going to lose it.
He is a great guy.
I get it. He is a great guy. He's a great teammate. I understand all those things. Just at this point, tell me no comment.
But also, I mean, honestly, Ray, it's one of the reasons why I just want him to be happy with whatever happens and where he goes.
Leave me alone with
but
this.
I do. I like it. Believe me. even though you can hear me smiling through the microphone, I'm a big fan of AJ.
Oh, me too.
This guy, the treatment he's received from the fan base for the most part, I don't know if it's been matched. It's unparalleled. Somebody else that acted the same way, especially in games, disinterested or whatever, get killed. They get booed out of town. AJ, everybody just wants him to be happy.
No, I want him to be in Eagles uniform. That's what I want. I'm a fan of AJ Brown, the Eagle.
Do you know what this has turned into? I was thinking about this morning because I was I was listening. I was watching on YouTube our sister station up in Boston because Andrew Callahan from the Boston Herald joined us, and he was on with the guys up there for a couple segments, and he has turned into. And I'm actually gonna take a little bit of credit because he has turned into. Oh no, the Patriots need to get AJ Brown, and the first round draft pick is nothing to get AJ Brown. Like you could very easily fall into the trap of we were in the Super Bowl last year. We don't need him. Oh, yes, you do. And I'm just kidding when I say I'm taking credit. But he's a good football guy. He's saying the Patriots should be aggressive, and a first-round draft pick's nothing to get up for A.J. Brown, which is what we've been saying for a while. But it feels like this has turned more into, I don't, right, you don't want them to trade A.J. Brown.
No.
I don't really want them to, I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted in wanting them to trade A.J. Brown. I guess I always go back to he doesn't want to be here. And I feel like it's always going to be something. It's always going to be a problem if he's here.
You're afraid that week 4 we're doing the conversation about, I can't believe he figured out how to get on a new social media platform and already has 100,000 followers because he went live and said something.
You know how Trump started Truth Social? He's going to start his own social media so he can complain.
I was literally about to say, can't believe AJ Brown's Truth Social. I was like, I'm going to filter that one out.
He's going to have his own Truth Social. But we can laugh about it, but if you're the Eagles, you got to worry about that. And I think if AJ was more open to staying, they would keep him. Because if you want to win a Super Bowl this year, you're a better team without AJ. And I am a little bit scared on what the wide receivers will look like if AJ's gone. I don't know what they're going to do. That's tough to replace a true number one receiver. But it feels like to me now, because I'll get a lot of this. I'll get a lot of these messages or emails saying, "Why do you want to trade him so bad?" It's not even about that anymore. It's like the two sides of the argument are the people that are saying, like, I am now sound like I want him to be traded because so many people are saying it's all BS and they're not going to trade him. And I am so like, what aren't you seeing? What aren't you hearing? No, it doesn't mean that if the Patriots aren't giving up, if they're saying we're not giving you more than a second round draft pick and that's it, maybe he doesn't get traded. Maybe he doesn't get traded. And I would ultimately, I guess, be okay with that. But it's really interesting, and it really sucks because, as you might have heard from an insider, well, the Eagles don't want to do it till after June 1st because of cap ramifications, blah, blah, blah. So we still got, it's only April, right? May.
Man, don't do this to me.
We have like 60 days or so before this is going to happen.
I am going to be slogging to that trip to San Diego if we are still talking, and we're still going to be talking about A.J. Brown.
And who knows what could happen? A.J. Brown could step out of a bus and get hit by another bus. Who knows what could happen? Jalen Hurts could retire from football, and A.J. Brown would say, I would love to come back. Who knows what could happen? The Patriots could decide they want to play without wide receivers this year. Who knows what could happen? So there are a lot of things that could happen between now and then, right?
It's true. We have no idea. They could sell the Eagles to London and then move the entire franchise.
Who knows what could happen? Jeffrey Lurie may decide they're going to play soccer instead of football. Who knows what could happen?
It's a World Cup year.
Anything could happen.
Philadelphia Soccer Stadium, whatever the hell they have to call it, instead of Lincoln Financial Field.
Stephon Diggs could come back. Who knows? No, that couldn't happen. Adam, sorry. All right, so we'll get into more of the Jalen Hurts discussion because I'll talk out of both sides of my mouth. It is interesting. It is interesting the way nationally and locally he does get covered. I won't say treated. I'll say covered. Because this is just not a local thing. This is also a national thing as well. Also, something that stuck out from our conversation with Jeremy Fowler on Wednesday, what about Nick Sirianni's role in all of this? And why does he not get more credit than he gets? This is such a weird team. Right? Like, no one really respects the quarterback, or people don't know how to treat the quarterback. People don't know how to treat the head coach. Isn't it really weird?
Bizarre.
It is bizarre. We can't have a team that everybody agrees is this awesome team and enjoy it. We have to have this internal and external dialogue and argument about everything.
All the secondary characters, awesome. All the main characters,
what the hell is it? It's the movie where the main characters aren't all that great, but what makes the movie is all the secondary characters.
But can we come up with a movie where that's the case?
No.
Because it's not how the plot of the movie's supposed to go. You're supposed to like the main characters, at least feel something.
610-632-0975. Everything that we're talking about with that, if you want to send us the voice memo on the Davis Honda text line, 610-632-0975. Name, location, occupation. If you want to text us, 610-632-0975. Your name, your location, your occupation, and that is the phone number as well. We'll play you what Jeremy Fowler said coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Middays with Marks. 97.5 The Fanatic. All right, let's check out my hair for a second. If you're watching on YouTube, and listen, that's a reason to watch on YouTube. You're getting a handsome show. Ray's handsome, I'm handsome, Sean's handsome, and I got these great fatigues that I'm wearing today, but also my hair, and that's Morgenstern hair. If you are balding, if you're bald, all stages of hair loss. I've had so many people over the years since I've been talking about the hair team over at Morgenstern, and the proof is in the results. I can't make this up. I have to look into a camera every day. You can see my pictures on social media, the videos they put out on Instagram. This is my hair. This is what it looks like. And if you want to see my before and after pictures, go to their website. You can check out my social media. I had I'm in my 30s and I'm starting to go bald hair. That's what I look like. The hairline was receding. Didn't look great. I tried shaving my hair, shaving my head. I look crazy. You get your hair cut differently. You style your hair a little bit differently. Went to Morgenstern Hair. And, man, the results are amazing. I had a hair transplant, but that's not the only thing because it's not a one-size-fits-all type of business. Everybody's different. So maybe hair transplant isn't for you. They can stop the balding. They can stop the thinning. They can give you thicker hair. They're the experts. Their team, over 30 years of experience in hair restoration. How about the Alma-Ted treatment? It's non-invasive, no needles. It helps support the rest of your hair. Thicker. The shedding will stop. I get it done every year. Morgenstern Hair. Call them today. 610-831-HAIR. 610-831-HAIR. The website, Morgenstern Hair. That's Morgan with an E. Morgensternhair.com.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Playoff chases continue. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Both the winner teams firmly in the playoff chase time of their season as we open up the first weekend of April. The Sixers have a back-to-back this weekend. It starts with the Timberwolves tonight at 7 o'clock. You can hear the game right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Joel Embiid doubtful for the game due to illness. Tony Jones of The Athletic joined Kincade and Salciunas earlier today and does not expect Embiid to play at least one of the games in this back-to-back.
I still don't see it. I'll believe that Joel Embiid's playing both sides of a back-to-back when I actually see him on the floor on both sides of the back-to-back.
That second end of the back-to-back will be the Pistons on Saturday night. We'll talk to Philly Voices' Adam Aronson coming up at 1 o'clock. Flyers lost 4-2 to the Red Wings last night. Entered today 3 points out of a playoff spot. They've got the Islanders at 7 o'clock tonight. The game's on our sister station, WMMR. Phillies open up a series in Colorado against the Rockies today. Aaron Nola on the mound for the Phillies as they get that one going. And the Union on the road against Charlotte FC tomorrow at 7:30. You can listen to the game on our sister station, WWDB. This update's brought to you by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call 24-hour victim helpline 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Got something to say about Philly sports?
Text us on the Davis Honda text line at 610-63.
No.
Toto with Christopher Cross and the Romantics.
Oh, we got to be there. When is it?
No, it's Sunday at 6:45. I'm out.
What Sunday?
July 26th.
Am I around that weekend?
Well, if you want to go to Norway on your birthday, he's playing in Oslo, Norway.
I mean, that would be for work, right? I'm doing Yacht Rock research for our Yacht Rock Friday.
You could write it off your taxes. I could get you a day off. You could get a comp day. Maybe one for travel as well. Budapest, Hungary.
Ooh. Oh, crap.
Hold on a second. Uncle Jamie on the text line says he has tickets to see the Toto and Criss Cross.
Nah.
He said he has 8. There's 8 people going.
Oh, he's in Paris in May.
I have tickets to go see him. 8 of them. 8 going with the whole gaggle of friends.
Good for Uncle Jamie.
He called him a gaggle too, which is a interesting term.
Yeah. Well,
gaggle of geese.
interesting guy.
Yeah, he is. Uncle Jamie's an interesting guy. So is Criss Cross. All right, there you go.
He's going all over the place, man. Good for this guy.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he makes a lot of money touring. I mean, like, who wouldn't want to see Christopher Cross in concert? I mean, geez.
Does he have like country crossers? There's like the people that follow him.
The Springsteen fans?
Yeah. Like
I would
you're
hope
a Christopher
not.
Cross groupie.
I would hope not. I can understand the Dave Matthews and the Fish and the Springsteen people. I mean, I can't understand it, but I can understand it. If you're counting your Christopher Cross concerts, we got to have a conversation. I got to talk to you.
Well, it looks like with this summer, all the different dates he's got, I might have to do it. Tour with Africa too, or yeah.
All right. So listen, if we can get a gaggle for that, because I used to go to the Man all the time. Man's very close to here, actually.
Yeah. You know, if I need to just Uber somewhere afterwards, I could just Uber to this couch.
I used
sleep,
to
be in here for work on Monday.
Before whatever it's called now in Camden was, before that was built, there was all the summer concert series was at the Man. That's where I would go. Man.
All
right, you have some text here on what we're talking about.
We got Chris, a personal trainer in Ballackinwood, checking in saying the Eagles are like Seinfeld or Everybody Loves Raymond. No one cares about the main character. The shows would have flopped if it was all up to them. It's up to the rest of the supporting characters to make the show and the team.
Yeah, Ray Romano I didn't necessarily like that show. But all right, Jerry himself can't do it. But I mean, what TV show is really all about just the main character and nobody else is good?
Yeah, I can't give you one.
Yeah, like a great TV show has great characters.
Right. It's about the ensemble.
Right. Is Jerry the strongest character? Like, I get what he's saying with Jerry because the show is Seinfeld, but Jerry doesn't make the show. The other characters do make the show.
I mean, Jerry, a lot of the writing. Now you can say the last 2 seasons without Larry David. You know, that's kind of like the post-Steichen offense here.
It is.
You know, if
Brian Johnson and Patullo.
Yeah, you know, like Brian Johnson's still a top 10 offense. You know, they still won games, but it didn't look as, it wasn't as good. I think we can all be honest about that, right?
Yeah.
Enough times passed in Seinfeld. I'm not breaking news to people that the last 2 seasons where it's just Jerry writing.
No, but I thought he came back. Larry David left and then he came back.
Whatever, the 2 seasons where he was gone.
Yeah, it went great.
Yeah, not as great.
Right.
So I think we could go with a fair comparison.
I like were you ever, I mean, you would have had to watch it in reruns, but were you Everybody Loves Raymond?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, I am, because my dad thought that was the type of Italian family that he was marrying into.
Really?
Yeah. So at the time, it was
It's not?
Well, they didn't live across the street, so it really took away a lot of that.
King of Queens?
No.
Yeah, no,
I've seen it. Like if it's on and I'm laying there and the remote's across the room.
The show's actually insulting. Is what King of Queens is. It's insulting that they took Frank Costanza, who's one of the great characters in TV history, and just put him in the basement of another TV show in Queens and acted like nothing happened. It's insulting. Like, forget about the fact that Kevin James would have never gotten Layla Rahimi or whatever. But like whatever, like that's
right.
That's
I mean
whatever.
that's
it's TV.
That's television.
That's TV.
Watch any Sandler movie.
Correct. That's TV. Well, also he's not rich, right? Like if he had money, but he's a UPS driver, I guess, and he was doing that. But taking Frank Costanza and pretty much having the same character, except he's in the basement in a house in Queens, is outrageous.
Yeah, it is kind of sacrilegious when it comes to that.
No, it's sad that as many people like that show as it did. Should have never been accepted.
think Colarulo is a fan of that show.
He probably is.
Feel fact on that one. But I feel like this is a familiar conversation that I don't think you and I have had, where it's like, yeah, I never really attached myself to King.
Yeah, there's nothing witty or smart about that show. It's stupid. It's like literally stealing Frank Costanza and putting him in the basement.
Yeah, Frank Costanza has to be left alone. With that.
Yeah, like come on, go get a different character. If you want to have a similar character, you can't use the same actor. It's outrageous. It always bothered me.
Never bothered me until this moment, but you're right.
No.
Now I'm annoyed by it.
Okay. That's a great text.
It is a great text. It has me thinking about Seinfeld.
But the Eagles are better than Everybody Loves Raymond. And Seinfeld's one of the best TV shows of all time, so I guess it's closer to that.
Well, it's the best era of Eagles football.
It for sure.
Yeah, so the Seinfeld fits there.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not loving your Everybody Loves Raymond slander, but...
Is Howie Roseman Jerry Seinfeld? Who's Nick Sirianni on the show?
Kramer.
No, but Kramer's loved.
Oh, that's a good point. Newman.
No, we're talking about Sirianni. No one's giving Sirianni any credit. We didn't even play the Jeremy Fowler sound that we had. But
I'm just thinking of him bursting in through the door to an offensive meeting, like Kramer bursting into an important conversation. Like, oh, yeah, he's here. And now everything's about to be sidetracked.
I can see that.
Yeah. All these stories. Kramer goes off on asides that no one needs. Sirianni goes off on asides while he's up in front of the press.
Rambling.
Yeah. That's where I saw the comparison there.
It's a good one.
If you found out that Sirianni hits golf balls into the ocean, would you be shocked?
Who's George? No. Not at all. No, in fact, I'd be surprised if he wasn't hitting golf balls into the ocean when he goes down the Avalon every summer. Honestly. Who's George?
Oh. Who is George in this case?
Patullo? But no, Patullo's gone. Whoever the offensive coordinator is? I don't know.
Yeah.
Who's Jerry? Howie? But Howie's instrumental in the whole thing. People think that Howie's the reason. You could just swap quarterbacks and head coaches. It doesn't matter.
Is Howie Larry David?
This is good for the text line. This is good for the YouTube chat. David's on the text line, 610-632-0975. So you know in the marine biologist thing where he's hitting the golf balls, that's Larry David that yells, do anybody have a marine biologist? That's Larry David's voice.
The way they work him into that show is incredible. The Steinbrenner stuff, too, is just all time.
I'm blown away, George. Blown away. Coming up, we'll discuss more of this. Also, Easter dinner. Yes, Easter's coming up on Sunday. What is on Raymond's plate? Everybody loves Raymond. Everybody loves Ray Dunn. We'll do a little Easter discussion coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Middays and Marks, 975. Uncle Jamie was just texting me last year. He saw in Europe, he saw Michael McDonald and the Doobie Brothers. This is Michael McDonald right here.
Is Yacht Rock Friday designed to just keep Uncle Jamie in a good mood on a Friday?
I had no idea.
Really?
No, it's the first time hearing that he saw Michael McDonald.
You two have been Yacht Rockers your entire life and had no idea.
No, this is really the last couple weeks since we started doing Yacht Rock Friday. Why? Like I don't know. Like I like the genre, and it's something cool. This was an idea to do in the spring and the summertime, where we have Yacht Rock Friday and we just enjoy life because that's what it's all about.
Right.
And it got started early, prematurely, because Sean's like, oh, I love it. And then what do you know? Every Friday we're playing your favorite hits of Yacht Rock.
You got to imagine the Yacht Rock's rolling right now for him.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's been yacht rocking all week.
Yeah.
Down in Florida. Yep. And little did people know that the Fanatic would be called 975 Yacht Rock. So at something, I mean, there's rumors that could happen. You know what I mean?
We're getting ahead of the curve. We're the three that are going to be experienced with the medium.
We are. Yeah, would there be only three with jobs if what would the Yacht Rock 97.5 morning show sound like?
I call Middays. I'm planting the flag.
Yeah,
you want to do morning Yacht Rock radio? Go right ahead.
As long as we do the phone taps, we do the phone taps. Hello, hey Barbara, this is Bob. I'm here with your husband.
He's been arrested.
Yeah, he's been arrested. So stupid. All
I
right,
told him to stop buying that stuff.
right? Yeah, exactly.
I can't believe him.
Him and Tiger Woods were out driving around. All right. So Easter, for everybody that celebrates, Easter is on Sunday. Ray, honestly, I like Easter dinner over Thanksgiving dinner. Every time, every day. How about that?
Yeah, that's a take right there.
And it's not Take Tuesday or Take Thursday.
Still a scorcher.
Or a Thursday take. No, because I'm not that the Thanksgiving dinner isn't good. Like, it's fine. But the amount of time that and the process that goes through making a Thanksgiving dinner is hours and hours, and so many people bringing food and this dish and that dish and this dessert and that dessert. It's like, oh my God. By the time Thanksgiving dinner actually happens, people are so stressed out and there's so much going on. And then you got football, and it's just a big deal. Easter is a little bit more low-key, right? It's not about this dish. It's about, like, the ham. Maybe some people go turkey, but I've always been growing up ham, green bean casserole, pineapple stuffing, lime green Jell-O mold. Are you a lime green Jell-O mold guy?
No,
you know what that is? So you
probably do, but
you may not.
Can't envision in my head.
This is my grandmother. There's a Jell-O mold plastic thing where the top layer of it's just regular lime green Jell-O, and then there's a layer on the bottom that's made of pears and cream cheese and a couple of other things, and it's layered on top of each other. And it's quite delicious. I wouldn't eat it 364 other days a year, but on Easter it's good.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the idea of the holiday. It's one thing that you probably won't get any other night.
And I love ham year-round, but every Easter I need some ham.
That's what we're going with.
All right, so are you going to Oaks?
No, I'm actually going to the shore.
Oh.
Yeah, we're doing the shore. So we could all get together. So I got grandparents on each side coming. We're doing the whole
so
thing.
you have a big house down the shore? Big enough?
Big enough, yeah.
Okay.
Solid spot.
Can we have like a big raging party there when your parents aren't there one time?
I mean, sure, if I'm still 18 and there's not other places for us to gather.
Senior week. Can we go down Senior
week?
Week?
We'll do Senior Week down there at that place. You probably could do a solid Senior Week at the Shore House.
Can we? Would I be too old at 49, almost 50 to hang out Senior Week?
Considering I feel pathetic saying Senior Week, I can only imagine how you would feel on Senior Week. But yeah.
Might be a little too old?
A little bit.
All right, so here's my ideal Easter plate. My mom makes these, she calls them cheesy potatoes. Really, they're like scalloped potatoes, but they're layered in cheese and onion, and the process takes way too long for it, but it's one of the best things you'll ever have. So I can count on that every Easter. Ham. And if I have to bring my own mustard, which I typically do, just to make sure, because sometimes you'll go and it'll be like, oh, well, I don't have, no, got to make sure you have mustard. Otherwise, oh, well, I only have yellow mustard. That's not going to do it. I prefer some horseradish mustard. Sometimes I'll make my own mustard. I'll take a combination of other mustards and get some horseradish, and I'll put it in, then I'll mix it up. because the mustard is key with a nice Easter ham. You as well?
I'm good with the dry ham. I'm
really?
Good. Yeah. I like the taste of it without forcing the mustard upon it. Now, having spoken to me about the condiment situation in my home, I'm sure there'll be an abundance of mustards available.
That's why I'm a little surprised.
4, 5, 6 different mustards. We're going to have almost 10 people at the table. I'm sure that the 8 of them will have different mustard choices.
Okay, so it's just you. I was just surprised, since you're a 2-ketchup house, that you wouldn't have more.
Oh, there'll be mustard
stuff
there to put the ham. But, yeah, I'm good.
Green bean casserole, you name it. I love it. I love the Easter dinner. However, this year last year for the first time, my mom's side, we go to Uncle Jamie's golf club.
Oh.
And it's a beautiful but great buffet they have, great food. And it's just because we hosted Easter a couple times, I want nothing to do with it. It's just
sounds like one of the worst things about being an adult.
Yeah,
like I am an adult, but a fake one.
You're not an
adult. When you're a real adult and you're have the responsibilities of one. It sounds like one of the more disastrous things you could sign up to do, which is host a holiday.
A fake one.
Yeah, I mean I'm an adult, but am I really an adult?
No,
right?
No, you just show up.
Yeah,
your job is to just show up on time.
They're thrilled that I'm going to be there tonight.
Correct.
They thought they were getting 24 hours.
Oh, you're going down the shore tonight?
Yeah, right. After
that's
this.
great.
Yeah, no, I'm getting out of town. Be gone.
Okay.
I'll come back Monday morning. I might shut off the phone tomorrow. I'm trying to enjoy the week.
No, you won't. You won't shut off your phone.
There's a chance.
That's a lie.
I did that last year. I did a mountain weekend. My phone was done 48 hours. Now, granted, I got a lot of work things that as soon as I turned on my phone, I was like, man, I probably should answer this yesterday.
Why can't you just put the phone down and then not let it rule your life?
Because it's a Twitch.
So you can't control yourself.
Right. It's let me see what's going on.
Maybe it's a generational thing. When I put my phone down at night, I don't pick it back up again.
Oh,
and that could be during a game. I could be watching the Sixers and it's 8:30. I could be watching a Phillies game, and if I decide I'm done for the night, I'm done for the night.
Yeah, that's good for you. I wish at some point I could get to that level. I doubt I ever will.
But then I go to my in-laws for a second Easter, so I got to do the two. So we go 11 o'clock brunch at the club. They have an Easter egg hunt for the kids. Bella won't be scared of the bunny this year, so it'll be a little bit easier. And, and then we'll drive over and have Easter at the in-laws.
So how many Easters do you anticipate them being afraid of the Easter bunny?
We're done.
We're done?
Yeah, last year she was still petrified. The pictures will show it. This year she didn't cry in the pictures. Actually, I guess I should have put the pictures out. I should have revealed the pictures since it is almost Easter.
Yeah, do it on Easter.
Well, we got the pictures done a long time ago. Because you got to get in. The place we go that's in Havertown. It's as soon as the scheduling goes on, people are literally fighting to get the pictures, to pay $120.
Really?
Oh my God, and the money they charge for it. Oh Jesus.
Man, never mind. Forget hosting. That sounds like the worst part of being a real adult.
I mean, it's great to have the kids get their pictures. I'm fine with that.
The picture's nice, but
the day
battle.
The day of going to the mall and paying $20 for wait in line and sit with the
I got those pictures. Yeah,
that's
nice little yellow background.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Nope.
That's a shame.
It's like you're working a day to pay for Easter pictures. All right, coming up, news at noon. And by the way, is shoot around going on right now with the 76ers?
We do have word from shoot around about the participation of a certain big man.
We'll update you on that because Joel Embiid doubtful for the game tonight. I'm sticking with he's playing tonight, and he's playing both games. I'm sticking with it. That's coming up. We'll update you that. Also, news at noon featuring LeBron, the Kansas City Royals, and Austin Reeves. That's coming up next. Middays and Marks, 97.5.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Big weekend. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Sixers open up a back-to-back tonight. First up, it's the Timberwolves at 7 o'clock tonight. You can hear the game right here on the Fanatic. Joel Embiid doubtful for the game due to illness. Tony Jones of The Athletic joined Kincade Salciunas earlier today. Said he anticipates Embiid not playing one of the two games in the back-to-back.
I still don't see it. I believe that Joel Embiid's playing both sides of a back-to-back when I actually see him on the floor on both sides of a back-to-back.
That second end of the back-to-back will be the Detroit Pistons on Saturday night. We'll talk to Philly Voices' Adam Aronson coming up at 1 o'clock. Flyers lost 4-2 to the Red Wings last night. Aaron today 3 points out of a playoff spot. They've got the Islanders at 7 o'clock tonight. Games on our sister station, WMMR. Phillies open up a series in Colorado against the Rockies with Aaron Nola on the mound later on today. And the Union on the road tomorrow against Charlotte FC. That game at 7:30. You can listen to our sister station, WWDB. This update's brought by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call 24-hour victim helpline 877 MAD help or visit mad.org. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic.
And actually, I buried the lead on the Easter, which is the famous pickled eggs that my grandmother used to make every year. And then now my aunts and my mom, I think they still make it. We go to the club now for Easter. But pickled eggs, hard-boiled eggs with vinegar, sugar, beet juice, onions, beets. And you put it in there, you let them soak. And then you eat them. And I'll eat them. They're not good. But I'll eat them. Pickled eggs, Ray?
Now, I even started to do the research amongst the family of like, we done this? Is this something I just don't remember? Because usually I'll eat just about anything. There's not a lot you put on the table that I won't at least try for once in my life. And I was like, I don't remember that at all. We have not done that to the point where we had family members researching what you were talking about because we have not done the pickled eggs.
Yeah, hard-boiled eggs with vinegar, sugar, beets. They put onions in there as well. You put it in the fridge for a week. You let it soak it up, and then you eat it. They're all, the eggs all purple.
I appreciate that about you for keeping the tradition alive. That's a nice thing to do, even if it tastes terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't taste terrible. It doesn't taste good.
All right.
I don't think it's one of these things where people eat it. They don't eat it because they enjoy it. They eat it because it's a tradition.
We can all admit, cuisine moved forward. Like some things that we tried to convince ourselves were good. And I say we as in humanity. We've gotten a little bit better at the whole preparing food thing.
Yeah, it's a great point, Ray.
Yeah. We've advanced past the need for pickled eggs as a society.
We don't need them anymore.
But good for you for keeping tradition alive.
All right, thank you. So coming up and this starts on Monday, all right? So that's why I bring it up right now, because it's going to be at the start of the show at 10 o'clock, and it's also going to be at noon, all right? So it's the entire station for more than just those times. So it's 8 a.m., 10 a.m., noon, 3 p.m., and 5 p.m. Your chance to win $1,000. We're calling it the Fanatic Parlay Cash. Your shot to win $1,000 5 times a day. So you can win on the contest page, 975thefanatic.com, on the Fanatic app on your mobile device, or you can text it to a code that we'll give you. So we'll give you a keyword, and it's a matter of just however you're sending it in, the keyword that you're listening, and then one lucky person's going to win $1,000. That's 5 times a day, and it's brought to you by Fanatic Parlay Cash, stood up, or it's Fanatic Parlay Cash, stood up by Iron Mountain Men's Health. Contest rules 975thefanatic.com. That starts on Monday at 12 o'clock and at 10 o'clock on our show. All right? So that's coming up, but let's get to the news and noon with Ray. It doesn't matter what comes in the world of sports. The news at noon with Ray Dunn. Bad Athlete Podcast, angry college coaches, innocuous and random topics. The news at noon with Ray Dunn. The news at noon with Ray Dunn. The news at noon with Ray Dunn.
All right, we'll start with just an absolutely great podcast, great YouTube series. I know you tell me all the time, John, about how tapped in you are to Bob Does Sports. It's one of your favorite shows. You were so excited when they got LeBron James to go out on the golf course with them, so I know you were really waiting for this episode.
Love Bob.
But for those of you who missed it, LeBron James went on Bob Does Sports, went golfing with them. The topic of Memphis came up. I'm not really sure how you get to Memphis with LeBron James, but they got to the topic of Memphis. LeBron has some feelings that, if you remember Draymond Green saying that he wanted the Grizzlies to go to Nashville, apparently Draymond, LeBron, same page on this one.
At 41 years old, you think I want to do that being in Memphis on a random-ass Thursday? I'm not like the first guy to even talk about it in the NBA. Like, we all like, you guys have to move. Just go over to Nashville. You got Vanderbilt over there. You got the NASCAR. You got a stadium. Don't they got a hockey team, too? Yeah. They got everything.
Doesn't look like LeBron's going to be on the Grizzlies anytime soon, so Grizzly fans out there.
Yeah, they know. Their only chance was in 2003 if they would have won the lottery to get me there. And I might have pulled a Eli Manning and not showed up.
So LeBron James does not like Memphis, wants them to go to Nashville. There's a couple things that come out of this. One, who knows more about hockey? LeBron James? John Marks?
LeBron.
You think? Didn't realize Nashville had a team.
Oh, so me.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a layup here. I think you might have LeBron James beat. He's the GOAT, and you have him beat in this respect.
Oh, thank you.
So good stuff by you. But yes, doesn't know they have a hockey team. Also doesn't want the Grizzlies to be in Memphis. I will say personally, as someone who's done one of those random, I think it was a Tuesday night, in terms of action on Beale Street, things going on, it's not exactly the town to go to where you're looking for something on random weeknight. Except in my experience.
Is that why he says that? Because Nashville's Nashville's one of the great American cities now. Everybody loves Nashville.
I still haven't been. I can't wait. I need to go at some point.
I didn't know if Memphis it was violent or like what the reasoning was behind not liking Memphis. Just there's nothing to do.
Yeah, what we really need, honestly, for this is to get Matt Gelb on the scene with him and ask.
What's the reasoning behind that?
But he's not the only one.
Right.
Because Draymond Green's brought it up.
Yeah,
he says he's not the only one. It seems to be the undercurrent in the NBA where guys are like, yeah, Memphis, meh.
It's not one because when you have a long career, you know every stop, what there's to do, the good restaurants, the good hotels, where you're staying, as opposed to I'm sure every city. Philly's probably like a, I don't know, middle of the pack, maybe upper echelon city to visit, good food, things to do.
Yeah, I'd imagine people look forward to it.
I mean, is LeBron really walking the streets of Nashville? That's what I'm saying. Like, what does LeBron do? I would just think he doesn't really do much.
Yeah, I was curious. The first thing he goes to is Vanderbilt. Like, all right, yeah, Vanderbilt's there. University of Memphis is in Memphis. Like,
right.
You're looking for an institution? There's institutions left and right, man.
Yeah, he's looking to go study.
Yeah.
But I didn't know. I've never heard of Bob Does Sports, but he's got 1.4 million subscribers on YouTube. So this guy's obviously a genius. He used to be a Four Seasons doorman. Now he does content creation with this YouTube show, and he has LeBron playing golf with him.
Correct.
That's a pretty good success story, Bob.
Yeah, no. Definitely has made more money in the last year than I'll make in my life. So shout out to Bob Does Sports.
And Bob's like a bearded, he's not heavy set, but he's got a couple extra LBs, and he's got long hair in the back. At least in this picture that I'm looking at.
So if they put him in the suit you're in right now, he would look like he's on Duck Dynasty.
No, a little bit more sophisticated than that.
Okay.
Yeah, more sophisticated than that. No, he looks like somebody you'd see out playing golf or watching sports.
Well, he's doing really good with his branding.
Good for you, Bob.
Shout out, Bob. All right, moving on. Take it to Kansas City. Royals, Twins. Catcher Carter Jensen overslept the game.
Yes.
After the game, Vinny Pasquantino having to talk with reporters about this. Shout out Salvador Perez, the 36-year-old catcher who was planning to DH, had to play catcher. Here is Vinny on the struggles of having the kid oversleep.
You got a 36-year-old catcher who's preparing to DH today, and then his world gets a little rocked that an hour and a half before the game, not going to be DHing. So credit to Salvi today for being ready. First and foremost, we're glad Carter's okay, right? I mean, that was kind of the initial thought when you're trying to get a hold of his parents and everything like that to just make sure everything's okay. But once you find out he's okay, it's like, all right, it's a growing moment. He's really young. There are some things that cannot happen, and that's one of them. So he's going to have to wear it on the chin the same way anybody would have to. So it can't happen.
So what time was the game? Do you know? Was it a 1 o'clock? So it's a day game. I would assume you had to be at the park by 10?
It was a 1:10 game, so yeah.
10-ish, you're supposed to be at the park, right? Maybe 9:30.
But yeah.
All right, so, and I know he's young, and like I'm not a night owl. I don't stay up all night, so I'm not implying that he was out partying or whatever. I have no idea if he was or not. But was he playing video? Like, what do you play? Video games till 3 o'clock in the morning, and then you oversleep your alarm?
It's bad, regardless of what you're doing.
Man, it's bad. If this was radio producer, and it'd be like for a 10 a.m. show, you're not showing up.
Right.
That's bad. That would be, hey, you must have been hammered last night if you're not waking up. Because they called his parents, and they're like, hey, we haven't heard from him. Where is he?
And that's terrifying, too.
Yeah, the parents getting that call.
The parents getting that call is like, really? Like, where could he be? What could happen? You immediately assume the worst. So, yeah, that's...
And of all positions, a catcher, because now the other catcher, there's a game plan against hitters. There's a lot that goes in more than just, hey, I'm playing first base, I'm going to swing at the ball, and I'm going to catch the ball.
Yeah, he's got to wear this one.
There's scouting reports. Yeah, man, it's definitely a bad look.
Horrible.
But, it's a growing experience.
Yeah. I mean, you hate to see that happen.
Well, it can just never happen again.
Right. I mean, I think of it exactly in the light you thought of. Like, in our business, it would be like me rolling in here at 10:30. Like, oh, yeah, there was a show that started at 10 today.
Have you ever been late like that? Because if you work in the morning, and I worked mornings a good deal in my career, I never overslept to where I woke up and I'm like, oh my God, which could happen.
Right.
In fact, I would have trouble sleeping because I was so worried about that happening, having 3 alarms set and everything else. But I never actually did it.
I've had the phone die in the middle of the night, so the alarm doesn't go off and I'm racing in here and it's like, oh my gosh, this is now a sprint for the rest of the day. But even my sprint to get here is still here in with enough time for us to start and get rolling.
You would have to be sleeping until after like 9 o'clock. And at this point, if you're an adult, unless you're out really late the night before and you're drinking, I don't know how you sleep till 9 o'clock.
I don't know how you sleep till 9 o'clock, point blank period at this point. I struggle with it. On weekends, I've at least been able to, but it's aided by the fact that I'm probably out a little bit later.
You're out late, yeah. All right,
last one for you. We'll go back to the Lakers. Last night, Oklahoma City and the Lakers. Tough one for LA. Luka going down, gets injured.
All that.
This video surfaced overnight. Oklahoma City fan when Luka's down on the ground going back and forth with Austin Reeves.
Now you know what it's like to play defense. Shut the up. Shut up.
So the fans say, now you know what it's like to play defense, yelling at Luka while he's down on the ground. Hurt. Reeves takes exception to it, tells him to shut the you-know-what up.
Good for Austin Reeves.
Right, and then they go back and forth a couple of FUs. Like, come on. A little bit of awareness here. Guys laying on the ground in pain. Maybe, just maybe, lay off that one.
Yep.
But yeah, good for Austin Reeves.
Yeah, we understand you're a big fan. They're the champions. You hate the Lakers. Yeah, I get it. Well, I don't get it, but I get it. Come on, man. Give me a break. Eagles fans Philadelphia fans have been many times been accused of doing that. The Michael Irvin, where people were cheering him. Well, that was because people didn't really know what was going on for the most part. But yeah, I'm sure that happens in all cities, or at least in most cities. You'll get one idiot. That guy's an idiot. I'm glad Austin Reeves told him to shut up, as he should.
And a couple of FUs in there. Made it entertaining, at least the back and forth.
Yeah. All right. News and noon. Thank you, Ray. So I didn't even look. So I want to be surprised on the air. You said so. The Sixers had a shoot around this morning. Yesterday, Joel Embiid was ruled doubtful for the game, and it's because of an illness. It wasn't because of the knee management or anything like that. It was still being doubtful because of the illness. Man, this must be a really, really, really bad cold for Joel Embiid. So was he at shoot around? Ray, give us an update.
All right, our good buddy Bob Cooney from On Pattison tweeting out, no sighting of Joel Embiid on the floor at shoot-arounds. That was as of 10 o'clock hour earlier today.
Yep. So if he's not playing back-to-back because of the knee, okay, you're still there, right? You're still at shoot-around walking around.
I don't think that's been out of the normal for him to not be
really
there for shoot around if he's not playing.
Why? Really? What? So we're having Sixers Adam on coming up?
Yeah, I don't think it's out of the normal for some of the guys that don't play to not be there for shoot around.
Or are they getting treatment? If he's getting
treatment, I mean, you would hope that he's getting treatment. I think that would be more of an optimist view on this one and not just more the realist of like, yeah, he's just not there.
Or is he sitting at home pissed because they didn't let him play on Wednesday? And he's doubtful for tonight. Because Wednesday he was pissed. Or he was trolling us.
Which him trolling could also be a way of him showing his displeasure.
Right.
The two don't have to be mutually exclusive.
You're right. Well, yeah, they're like, in other words, when I say trolling, I mean like, no, he wasn't mad that he wasn't playing and he was just saying that. I don't believe that for a second. I think he was genuinely mad because he had said, I know I'm playing. I was planning on playing. I'm playing. And then he was like, they won't let me play basketball. So hours after he said, when it was first announced, he's been ruled out for tonight, he probably found out or he was reacting with that first tweet that was put out. And then later on, when it's like, no, you're really not playing, then he's mad and he's sulking. Regardless, it's like this is the superstar we have on our team. This is him. This isn't a 23-year-old. This isn't a 25-year-old. This is a 31-year-old grown man that's still acting like he's in high school and he should be on TikTok doing TikToks. That's what it is. That's what you have with Joel Embiid. You have two, possibly the biggest games of the season, back-to-backs. T-Wolves tonight, Pistons tomorrow, both games at home. And he did not play against the Wizards. And I had no problem with him not playing against the Wizards. I didn't. If he was sick on Wednesday. He battled through the sickness. and they didn't, and he was too sick to do the film session. All right, you sit out Wednesday night, but you don't do what you did on social media because he's obviously feels a certain way about it. Now you've made it a story instead of you being sick. If they would have just stuck with he's sick and he didn't say anything, we're not having this conversation right now. But he's got to go to Twitter, troll Embiid. He's got to go to Twitter. They won't let me play basketball. Must be April Fool's joke played against Miami in same conditions, and I'm planning on playing tonight. Hashtag sweat it out. Right before 5 o'clock, I guess they won't let me play basketball. Like, it's just, what are we doing? We're still doing this? Like, we're still doing this in 2026. This is still what we're doing. I can deal with the injuries. I can deal with the not wanting to play back-to-backs or not being able to play back-to-backs because of the knees. I can deal with all that. I can't deal with this. It's a lack of leadership. It's a lack of maturity. And it's never changed, and it's never going to change. I'm just so exhausted with the whole Joel Embiid thing. It's bad enough 76ers fans have to deal with the worst immune system in the history of the world and the fact that he has knee conditions, degenerative knee conditions. This isn't that he sprained his knee. These knees aren't going to get any better. That he breaks orbital bones, that he gets Bell's palsy, that all these things happen to him. I don't even criticize him for it. These things happen. I won't even call him injury prone because people get mad. Well, don't call him injury prone. Like, I don't think Joel Embiid wants to be injured. I think he wants to play and he wants to win. This other crap, I'm tired of it. I'm exhausted of it. It's not something a leader and a champion does. So now, at 12:15, the day of perhaps the biggest stretch of the 76ers in a while, certainly of this season, where if they can win 4 of their next 6 games, they're most likely going to be the number 6 seed, and you would have a series against the Knicks. Now I got to, like, what's going on with him? Was he really mad at the Sixers? Were the Sixers really mad at him? Is he really sick? This is the worst cold I've ever heard of right now. Seriously, this is the worst cold I've ever heard of.
Sneezing and sneezing and sneezing.
And he can't play. I mean, he was if they don't want to play him back to back, then designate him as out. He's not going to play back to back. He was sick. He's going to like put your chest out if you're the 76ers and say that. Say like we weren't planning on playing him back to back anyway. He still has something going on. He's still sick, so we're going to hold him out, and we're hoping he can play tomorrow. But there's none of that. There's no communication. There's no reason to believe that the Sixers and Joel Embiid are on the same page with any of this stuff. What you should believe is that he's sulking and he's mad that they just didn't let him roll out of bed and play against the Wizards because he probably would have scored 40 points. He's that good of a player. So what's the text line saying about this, Ray? Because I know I'm getting a lot of direct messages with people that are agreeing and some people that are certainly disagreeing with Embiid.
Yeah, Mark from Warminster. Johnny, is medical better today than it was in the 90s? I keep hearing the athletes today are so much more athletic than the old days. BS. I defended Embiid for years. No more. This dude is soft. The best ability is availability, and he's never available. You have all the money and talent in the world, but being great means nothing to him. Soft as Charmin.
I just can't believe that on a day that it was pretty clear the 76ers were pissed that he didn't go to the film session, so they immediately ruled him out. Well, if you can't make film session, then you're too sick to make film session. You're too sick to play in the game. It felt like the Sixers felt a certain way about it. And he's tweeting stuff out about it. We disagreed with this earlier. If you're a professional athlete, like with me, all right, let's say I miss a day because of work. I'm not tweeting. I was out for the stomach bug for 2 days, and believe me, the first day and a half, I was not well enough to be tweeting stuff out, nor was I looking to. I can control myself and stay off of social media when I'm not working. And I ain't Joel Embiid that is not playing in a game because he's sick. And he knows fans feel a certain way, and he's very sensitive to that. So if you can't control yourself to where you're trolling the team because you're trying to be funny, you're trolling the fans because you're trying to be funny, or you're trolling because you're mad. Either way, you're still trolling. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, the actual content of the tweets is my issue. I'm not against like what you're saying in terms of what he put out there. There's no reason to be dropping jokes, April Fools, while we're in April leading up to trying to get the 6th seed. Like, you're in a very, very fine line of where you can go as a team. I don't need you on social media either trying to get jokes off or actually taking aim at the team and giving them a PR mess to clean up and for us to give us something to talk about. Like, I don't think that's necessary as an athlete.
But you know what? Like, this is not what I want to talk about. I want to be saying, Ray, are you in? Oh, Ray's not in.
I'm in.
Right. That's what I want to be fooling around. I want fans to be fired up that they have a stretch coming up here. They have 2 home games against the Timberwolves and the Pistons.
Mm-hmm.
And we could be coming in next week on Monday saying, damn, 76ers have set themselves up. Are you kidding me? They could have a series against the Knicks. Instead, it doesn't look like he's going to play tonight, or he's doubtful to play tonight because of the sickness. Man, if he can't play back-to-backs because of the knee, he can't play back-to-back because of the knee. If that's his decision or that's a medical decision, I don't even want to discuss that. We're still sick. You can't power your way through a sickness. Maybe he's got strep throat and he still has maybe he's like, does it appear that he's really too sick to play?
Well, we haven't seen him.
He said on Wednesday that he could have played.
Which would lead you to tell you that he could probably play tonight. If they're going to keep him out of one of the games, they got to have a designation for why.
Left knee injury. Again, if you communicate effectively with your fan base, whether or not they like it, at least they respect the fact that you're communicating with them. That, hey, he wasn't going to play back-to-backs regardless, and because he's still feeling the effects of this upper respiratory, we're going to hold him out another game. We could be pissed, and people could react, and he's soft, and we need this or whatever, but at least there's some transparency. I don't believe the 76ers have that information because I don't think they control any of this, to be perfectly honest. 610-632-0975. We're going to do this next segment. So we have 5 pairs or 4-backs?
4-packs.
All right. Have you ever been to a Reading Phillies game?
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of fun. And they have some really, really good prospects at Reading. So we have 5 4-packs. We're going to play Reading Phillies trivia, rapid fire style. 610-632-0975. Negative Nate gave me a bunch of easy-to-answer questions. If you get it correct, you win the 4-pack. 610-632-0975. Dial now. We'll get you up. The first 5, if we can get 5 winners that get a correct answer, and these are with multiple choice on a lot of these. They're not difficult. You win the tickets. That's coming up next. It's Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Playoff chase weekend. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. As the winter teams get closer to the postseason, the weekend is going to be big here in Philadelphia. It starts this evening with both the Sixers and Flyers in action. The Sixers open up back-to-back tonight with the Timberwolves at 7 o'clock. You can hear the game right here on the Fanatic. Bob Cooney of On Pazin saying that Embiid was nowhere to be seen at shoot-around earlier today, doubtful for the game due to illness. Pistons on Saturday night for the Sixers. We'll talk to Adam Aronson of Philly Boys coming up at 1 o'clock about the Sixers. Flyers lost 4-2 to the Red Wings last night. Today at 3 points out of a playoff spot. They've got the Islanders at 7 o'clock tonight. The game is on WMMR. Phillies open up a series in Colorado against the Rockies today with Aaron Nola on the mound. The Union go on the road against Charlotte FC tomorrow at 7:30. Listen to it on our sister station, WWDB. This update is brought to you by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call 24-hour victim helpline 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Doesn't feel like a Yacht Rock Friday, right?
No, it's gross out.
I think going forward, to have a Yacht Rock Friday, we need to have good weather until Memorial Day.
Okay. I can sign off on that.
I don't know. You seem disappointed when I say that.
Yeah, I mean, it's really easier for me.
I don't want to water it down, though.
I don't want people to lose the desire for it.
Correct.
So I guess maybe we will put a little.
I don't know. Like today, I wasn't feeling Yacht Rock because it was cold and rainy. Now I know it's supposed to warm up a little bit.
Yeah, last 2 days been gross. Waking up yesterday, I had no idea it was supposed to get cold.
Freezing.
I stopped checking the weather once it got to 70, and I was like, all right, I'm in the clear. Came in short sleeves yesterday. I was freezing on the walk-in. It's gross.
Yesterday was Thursday? No,
Yeah.
Wednesday the weather was great. We had softball practice. It was great being outside.
Beautiful. I got home from here, and I was like, I'll go for a walk. Walked around, brewery, little outdoor setup. I was like, all right, I could have one. Come on, why not? Oh, it's lovely.
But when it's early in spring, when the weather's great, especially in the city, everybody goes out.
Oh my gosh, yeah. People were taking their meetings. Yeah. I saw multiple empty glasses with people with laptops in front of them. I was like, man, what a job you must have. You got people just sitting there on Zoom, hammered, just in a 100-person Zoom call, probably doing nothing.
Nothing.
What a way to make a living, man.
Nothing.
What a way to make a living.
Yeah, Ray, I keep telling you.
You're not the only one.
Yeah. Just telling you. All right, the 12 o'clock hour brought to you by Service First HVAC, 0% financing for 48 months. How about that? Rebates and tax credits up to $4,300 when purchasing a heating and cooling system. Learn more, ServiceFirstHVAC.com. All right, now's the time to call, 610-632-0975. We have 4 packs of tickets to the Reading Phillies, all right, against the Hartford Yard Goats. Tuesday, April 7th, 6:45. It's Reading opening night, and it's amazing. Baseball Town Connect uniform kit, and that includes a replica jersey and game cap. That's what you get as the giveaway. Get your Reading Phillies tickets today at MILB.com/Reading. MILB.com/Reading. This is pretty easy, Ray. All right, you dial 610-632-0975. We have 5 4-packs. As long as people keep calling and they want to answer questions, we have some relatively easy questions here that Negative Nate came up with. You get it correct, that's it. You get a 4-pack. All right, give us some music here, Ray. 610-632-0975. We'll go to Chuck and Ambler. Chuck.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Chuck, what level of minor league baseball do the Reading Phillies play in? Is it single A, double A, triple A, or rookie ball?
Triple A?
Triple A is incorrect. Mike and Percy. Mike will ask you the exact same question. What level of minor league baseball do the Phillies play in? It's not triple A.
What's up, fellas? It's double A.
Double A is correct, Mike. Hang on a second, buddy. Thank you. 610-632-0975. Did you know that, Ray?
I did.
Are you well-versed in minor league baseball?
I enjoy minor league baseball, a little independent league baseball, yeah.
Who are the single A affiliate for the Phillies?
Talking, you want to go the Jersey Shore?
I want to go low A.
You're going low A for me. So you're taking me all the way down to Clearwater.
Correct.
The Threshers.
Correct. The Florida State League. Do they still call it that? And then you have then what used to be the Lakewood Blue Claws.
Jersey Shore now.
Right. And that was the Sally League, but I think they changed all of the names of the leagues.
Everything's moved around. All these teams also in the independent leagues now. All moved.
Yeah, they cut down a lot of the teams.
Yeah.
Cut down on a lot of the because they used to be I have a hat, the Williamsport Crosscutters, which was the short season
now
Phillies.
Are a summer collegiate squad.
Correct. I'm going to wear my Crosscutters hat.
I'll wear my Camden River Sharks hat same day.
Oh, that'd be so cute. Let's go to Corey and Ambler. Corey.
Hey, what's up, man?
Good. Corey, what former Phillies MVP earned his nickname while playing for the Reading Phillies? So think, former Phillies MVP, so he clearly came up with the team. He earned his nickname while playing for the Phillies.
I don't know.
Would it be hold on. Would it be Ryan Howard? Would it be Chase Utley, or would it be Jimmy Rollins? Three seconds.
Utley.
Utley is incorrect. He did not win the MVP. Antonio in Bristol. Antonio, I give you the same question. What former Phillies MVP earned his nickname while playing for Phillies? Is it or the Reading Phillies? Is it Ryan Howard or Rollins?
I'm gonna go Rollins.
Incorrect. It's not, which means Paul and Atco. Paul, do you have the answer?
The Big Pete, Ryan Howard.
Correct. Hang on a second, Paul. Yeah, he earned his nickname. He was the Eastern League MVP, Ryan Howard. Let's go to Tom in Rofo. Tom.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Tom, what former pitcher developed in Reading, and he was also the 2008 World Series MVP?
This is multiple choice. Hamels.
Cole Hamels is correct. Thank God you got that. All right, hang on, Tommy. All right. We got 3 so far?
We got 3.
Andy in Lambertville. Andy.
Yes, sir.
Great to meet Andy at Lambertville. He came out to our broadcast at the at Maggie's on the Waterfront. Great to meet you, buddy.
You too, man.
All right, what year was the team founded? 75, and this is the Reading Fightins team. 75, 64, 56, or 1967?
Oh, boy, that's a toughie here. I'll go with the one in the 60s. Was there 2 choices in the...
Did you say 1967?
I think I did.
That is correct, Andy. Congratulations. All right, there you go. Yes, 1967. All right, we got one left. Brian in Exton. Brian.
Yeah.
What former first baseman hit 38 home runs during the 2016 season in Reading? What former Phillies first baseman hit 38 dingers during the 2016 season in Reading?
This is wrong, I'm sure. Darren Ruff?
That's actually a really good guess. It's incorrect. Ruffy did have a good one, Brian. Ruffy did have a good season in the minors.
They had a couple of guys that really raked down there and played first base.
Scott Kingery probably screwed his career because he was never a power hitter. And then the 1 year in Reading, he was hitting home runs all over the place. Who do we have here? James in Philly. James.
What's going on?
What former Phillies first baseman hit 38 home runs during the 2016 season in Reading? And then he went on to play for the big club.
I got options.
Yeah, give me the right answer. That's the option. Is it Ryan Howard, Rhys Hoskins, or Dominic Brown?
Let's go with Rhys Hoskins.
Is it Rhys Hoskins? James, you win the tickets. There you go. That's it. All right, congratulations. That's all 5. I gave this earlier. What league do the Reading Phillies play in? Eastern League. My friend Brian Seltzer used to be the play-by-play voice of the Reading Phillies, and he used to tell me about riding the buses all around the Eastern League. Altoona,
Erie.
Yeah.
Our women's basketball ESPN Plus for Temple. John Moses, the voice of Altoona Curve.
Is he? Because he was Trenton. Moses. A while ago. John, no? I remember.
I think there's 2 John Moses.
Really?
I believe.
Moses with a Z.
Moses with a Z.
I mean, this might be a while ago, but I thought he was the voice of the Trenton Thunder. I certainly could be wrong, Ray.
Go look up at his career.
I don't know John personally, but I do know John. He's very good. But I am a big.
You're right. He was.
Yeah, I'm a big minor league baseball fan. Pat Egan and I used to go check out some. We saw Aaron Nola's first start in AAA.
There is no bigger fan of minor league baseball than the guy you've never heard of and will never heard of.
No, I am.
I don't know, man. Egan.
So I have the MLB app, and I look at Phillies minor league scores every day. It may be the brightest part of my day.
That's great.
I do. I don't keep a ledger or a log of it or anything like that, but I love it. I'll put Pat and I as a dead heat as far as people that I know that follow minor league baseball. I love it. I love the draft. I love following these guys. And even guys that are good in the minors, you're like, oh, this guy's going to be great. And then they never end up doing anything after that. International prospects. Like this Felix Reyes guy at AAA now that he mashed out last year in AA. And I haven't seen what he's done in the last couple of games, but he started off hot in AAA. The problem is he has no position. He may be able to play left field, but that seems like maybe a stretch. I'll have to check back in on that.
Guy that might be able to play left field, but is right now raking in AAA.
Well,
where have I seen this story before?
Yeah, well, he raked last year in AA. He was actually the Eastern League MVP last year in AA. All right, coming up next, 610-632-0975. More on the Phillies. Jason Stark on Bryce Harper And like Jason Stark's very positive with the Phillies. He was having the Phillies; they're a good club back all off season. Not a great stat on Bryce Harper that he shared yesterday with Ricky and Bill. We'll play that for you coming up next. Middays with Marks 97.5. All right, let's talk about my newest place to talk about, Comer and Cross, COMERcross.com. If your garage floor is cracked, stained, or peeling, and you know it's time for an upgrade, and you know it, but you don't really think about it, or maybe you have been thinking about it. Maybe you have that bad epoxy in your garage. Listen, Comer and Cross can transform your entire garage floor in just one day. That's right, one day. And right now, a great offer. How about 50% off installation? This is not epoxy. This is not paint. A Comer and Cross floor is the gold standard, guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift, and they handle everything. They will move your items of your garage out. They repair cracks and damage, and then they install a custom finish that looks like a showroom floor, and you're getting 50% off installation. It's fast, clean, built to last. It's the perfect showroom finish when you come home from a long day at work. 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. No obligation. Get more information or go to the website, ComerCross.com. COMERcross.com. arguing with Colarulo on the back.
Oh, yay. What about?
King of Queens.
Yep. Feel fact was right there.
Yep.
Felt like he was a big King of Queens guy.
Because where he sits, he can't hear the show. So I said, like, we were already saying that Ray thought you loved King of Queens. He goes, yeah, one of my favorite shows ever.
Right.
And he does not like Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at his taste.
I was explaining to him because he agrees that it's the Eagles are really strange in that we had a comparison earlier. They're like Seinfeld. There's no doubt the Eagles are a great franchise and a great team. They've been to 2 of 4 Super Bowls. They won one, but no one appreciates the quarterback or the head coach. No one wants to give the quarterback or the head coach their credit. And it's like Jerry Seinfeld. No one that watches Seinfeld thinks that the success is there because of Seinfeld. It's because of the other characters. The Eagles, offensive line, Saquon Barkley, defense. Everybody else gets credit but the quarterback and the coach. And it's not like that with any other franchise. Nobody says, oh, well, like Andy Reid, he's not responsible for those championships. Oh, Pat Mahomes, no, it's because they have this. No, the quarterback gets all the credit. The coach gets all the credit. Not in Philadelphia. And it's not just here. It's nationally, too. This isn't a hate on Philadelphia thing. This is an observation. This is both locally and nationally. It just seems like that nobody actually, like, people don't know how to handle the Eagles.
No.
It's weird.
I think people are rooting on the downfall.
Oh, for sure.
We've become that brand.
For sure.
Which is great. You want to be that brand. I'd rather everyone
I agree.
hate us.
I embrace that.
Yeah.
No one likes us. We don't care.
I mean, we care.
And I'm saying no one said that before. That's mine. I'm first.
Should we trademark that?
No one likes us. We don't care.
Should we come up with a song about it?
Let's think about that.
All
Maybe I can do a parody song. Anyway, so we started talking, and then I brought up earlier Kings of Queens, and he's like, oh, it's a great show. Oh, one of my favorite shows of all time. It's insulting.
Of course.
That show.
The checks.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, it makes sense.
It definitely does.
You can see him laughing at it.
Yeah.
Kevin James pops into his screen. He's like, oh, this is great.
No, then he goes, oh, did you ever see an episode? I'm like, yeah, I've seen episodes.
He's going to go build some sort of a case as to why it's one of the great shows of all time.
He already has the legal pad, and he's coming up with his argument.
Coming up 3:30 today, the case for King of Queens. Tune in to Unfiltered.
Coming up at 1 o'clock, Adam Aronson will join us. Is shoot-around over? He's probably still over at the complex. But what's going on with Joel Embiid? He's doubtful for tonight's game. And is he going to play? Anthony Edwards is questionable for tonight's game.
He also is sick and dealing with right knee something.
Well, he's been out. He's missed some time.
Yeah.
He's been out.
Right knee something medical, I don't understand syndrome.
All right. No, whatever. Do you think, all right, prediction before Sixers Adam comes on. Does he play tonight?
No.
That was a pretty quick answer.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing tonight. I think they're telling me he's doubtful. Wasn't a shoot around. Doesn't play tonight. We see him tomorrow night.
Is he doubtful tonight because he's sulking and pouting over Wednesday?
He's doubtful tonight because if he ends up being fined to play tonight, they prefer not to get the fine for him playing when they rule him as out.
Oh, what, when he shows up and says, I'm playing?
Yeah. I mean, there's a chance that happens.
I think that happens.
Oh, okay.
I think he shows up and says he's playing, and the Sixers are like, okay.
Which is why you put him out as doubtful.
You're right.
Yeah, it's doubtful he's going to play. He's not a shoot-around. He hasn't given us indications he's going to play. He's not feeling well.
By the way, it probably wouldn't be the first time that he's just kind of shown up because the team didn't know what was going on, and he said, I'm playing.
Yeah, I wouldn't. You're not going out on a limb there.
Just saying. It's maybe something I've heard many times. So we'll see what happens.
Joe's world.
Let's hear. So Bryce Harper, not a great start to the season. I didn't think it was really anything to be alarmed by, although we were talking about this before the show. Nothing's changed with the approach of Bryce Harper. It looks like the same exact player as last year. He's talking about going to be more patient and all this other stuff. It's not any different at the plate.
Nope.
Doing the same thing.
Chase rate's over 40%. It's not good.
Well, it's actually worse, isn't it?
Yeah, worse than last year. But I mean, 6 games.
Yeah, it's a small sample size.
But still worse.
But I'm not like I wasn't. And they play the Rockies this weekend, then they go to San Francisco. I wasn't like I felt good. They're 3-3. Go out to Colorado, and then I heard Jason Stark yesterday on with the guys. Here's Jason Stark.
I decided I would check where he ranks in average exit velocity, which reflects how hard a guy tends to hit the ball. And here's what I found. According to StatCast, there are 276 full-time players. Where would you guess that Bryce ranks in average exit velocity in that group?
Second.
Oh, man, I would say 200.
You're on the right track. How about 235th out of those 276 full-time players? Bryce is 84.8, so a little less than 85 miles an hour. And I get that it's early. On the other hand, doesn't it feel like that's an accurate depiction of how out of sync he's looked?
Yep. Yeah. Yep. I guess because it's only been 6 games, I'm not even thinking about that, worried about that. But so far, that's what it's been. 236 out of 276. Like, if I've noticed, and the stats back it up, that Adolis Garcia is hitting everything hard, then I need to also admit that Bryce Harper's not hitting many balls hard. Now, he smashed a home run, and he really got a hold of that. So, and he's had a couple of clutch hits, but yeah.
No, he's not seeing the ball well. That's, to me, what this is right now. The chase rate indicates it, and some of the contact that he's made has been weak because he's not getting it on the barrel. I mean, he's just not hitting the ball hard because he's not squaring it up. He's not seeing exactly what's coming to him right now. I think that's the biggest thing. So if that changes, he changes, one good thing or 2 good things. I'll throw you with 2 positive things. Feel Good Friday for you.
All right.
The best OPS he has in a National League ballpark is out there at Coors Field. So reason to feel good. It's the only NL ballpark he's actually better in than he's better at than Citizens Bank Park. And his bat speed is not that much far off from where it was a season ago.
Okay.
So if he actually sees the baseball, we're in a good spot.
Okay. By the way, winds today in Colorado, 30 to 40 miles an hour. Dan, one of our listeners who now lives in Denver, he had texted me and he sent me the weather report. 30 to 40 mile an hour winds at the start of the game. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, and I'm like, well, does that mean it's blowing in or out? Because I'm already on the Bet Parks app. If it's blowing out, I'm betting everybody on a home run today.
Schwarber just
2. If you bet Schwarber 2, it's like plus 2,000.
I like that.
So, but I don't know, so I'm gonna have to pay it. So if you like to do the bets on the Bet Parks app, like keep an eye on where the wind is. If it's blowing in or it's swirling, I don't know what that means. If it's blowing out, you could make some money. Seriously,
my friends are big on the Wrigley. They follow the winds at Wrigley. That is how they bet consistently with baseball.
Wind was blowing out. Mike Schmidt had 4 home runs. Let's go to Mad Mike. Mad Mike, hello. How are you?
Hey, how we doing?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I love another article about Jalen Hurts being a fraud loser.
Are you ready? Jalen Hurts, just like he always does, responds to the challenge like he always has in the past and has the dynamite
He really responded last year, John.
He came off the Super Bowl.
No, I'm going to answer your question. You know why people are constantly down on the head coach and quarterback? Because the head coach is a moron. Mr. Magoo just wandering around the sidelines mugging for a camera.
The dumbest coach in the world.
He's a moron that was just put there as a figurehead so Howie Roseman and Jeffrey can do what they want to do. And then the quarterback can't play the position, and for the last 2 years, he stunk it up on the field, and the only thing that saved him 2 years ago was they had a stud running back that took away all the attention from him and just ran it. So, of course, we're like, yeah, these 2 morons just coattail rided themselves to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, what did someone? I saw someone say that it might even been Fowler that. Oh, it was in the article that it said like that in the Super Bowl. Yeah, like he had the Super Bowl performance, but the other 9 games, it's a mixed bag. He does it in big games, but is he consistent enough over the course of the regular season?
He didn't even do it in the big game. The defense kept turning the ball over for them and putting him at like the 30-yard line, and he didn't have to do anything. Did we not watch this Super Bowl? Like I watched. I
did watch it.
Jalen didn't do anything. It was the defense.
Both Super Bowls, he was excellent.
Oh yeah, well he lost the one.
I know he fumbled.
Turnover, and he blew a 10-point lead in the second half. But sure, tell me you also outplayed Patrick Mahomes in that one too.
Twice. He outplayed him twice.
No. Oh, okay. Because I love hearing that one.
He sure did.
Patrick Mahomes was perfect in the second half, and Jalen Hurts blew a 10-point lead. But sure, he outplayed him.
All right, there he is, Mad Mike. Happy Easter. We're going to step aside. Adam Aronson, the latest on Joel Embiid. He was down at shoot-around. Was Joel Embiid there? Is he expected to play tonight? He's listed as doubtful. The latest with Adam coming up next. Middays with Marks.
Now, on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Big weekend. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update brought to you by Morgenstern Medical. This month at Morgenstern Hair Restoration, they're including a free Almatet treatment with your procedure. That's $1,000 value free. Call 610-831-AIR. Visit morgensternhair.com. Sixers open up 2 big games over the weekend with one tonight against the Timberwolves at 7 o'clock. Joel Embiid doubtful for the game due to illness. Anthony Edwards for the Timberwolves questionable due to his right knee and an illness as well. We'll keep you updated with that. Adam Aronson of Philly Voice will join us coming up in the next segment. Sixers also have the Pistons on Saturday night. Flyers lost 4-2 last night to the Red Wings. They're today 3 points out of a playoff spot. They've got the Islanders at 7 o'clock tonight. The game is on WMMR. Phillies open up a series in Colorado against the Rockies today. Aaron Nola on the mound for the Phillies. And the Union on the road tomorrow against Charlotte FC at 7:30. You can listen to the game on WWDB. This update is also brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, develops better athletes, better people through sports. Info at positivecoach.org. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
It's warming up today there. Your weather's coming up here with Ray Dunn.
It sucks out there.
Ray, how's the weekend shaping up? Well, you might want to bring your umbrella.
Also, don't believe in umbrellas. Just deal with it, people.
I kind of don't either.
Put a jacket on and move on.
But you know what I've discovered? That's a stupid take. Why wouldn't you want to have an umbrella in case it rains?
Because then I got to carry the umbrella around if it doesn't.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm put one in your car.
Ever heard of a hood?
You ever hear of an umbrella? I don't know. I mean, you have to walk and stuff.
Yeah, put my hood up and just keep moving, people.
I don't know.
Stop walking slow and get out of the rain.
For the most part, I agree with you because I don't have an umbrella in my car. But there's been times when I'm like, I wish I had a friggin' umbrella right now.
No, so anti-umbrella.
All right.
Big umbrella has such a hold on us.
Ray's coming up with his weekend forecast in a little bit. Joining us right now. So, Joel, Ray, I laugh because it's rather than me yelling, I'm trying to laugh and grit my teeth a little bit. Joel Embiid, was he playing an April Fool's joke? Well, I'll tell you this, it wasn't a joke when he didn't attend film study that the 76ers immediately ruled him out for the game. And now he's doubtful for tonight. Is this because of this is the worst cold I've ever heard of. Joining us right now, Adam Aronson, who does a great job covering the 76ers for the Philly Voice, and he joins us right now. What's up, Sixers, Adam?
How's it going?
Well, can I tell you after we have this phone call?
Fair enough.
Okay, so you were down at shoot-around today. Was Joel Embiid there?
I did not see Joel Embiid, but right as we say this, as of 1 o'clock, the Sixers just upgraded Joel Embiid to probable for this game. This literally was happening as you were asking me the question.
Wow.
Joel Embiid is now probable with an illness for tonight's game. So I did not see him at shoot-around, but he oftentimes, shoot-around opens up to the media right towards the end once all of the sort of game-specific prep work is done, and you mostly just see guys shooting around. And he's usually not out there when we go to when shoot-around opens up to media to begin with.
Right.
Sometimes it's hard to get a straight answer as far as what he was able to do, but clearly he must have been able to do something because now it seems like he's going to play tonight.
Well, I mean, I would think clearly the team puts him as doubtful because they have no idea whether he's going to play or not because they have no control over anything that he does. And I guess he showed up today and said, yeah, I feel all right. And they can't rule him out because you know what happens when he decides that he wants to play. I don't know, man. I mean, I saw in your story that you said that it was perhaps an April Fool's joke or whatever. I'm tired of the jokes. I really am. Take us inside what you think the decision and what happened on Wednesday when early in the day we learned that he was ruled out. And Daryl Morey seemed kind of salty about it. And I didn't talk to him. I know that Gina Mazzell talked to him. But what are you hearing and what was the talk down at shoot-around today about actually what went down on Wednesday?
Yeah, so I think it's probably smart to lay out the whole timeline of what happened because he played in a game in Miami on Monday, was not listed on the injury report at any point before that game. The Sixers lost in the last few minutes. He and really the rest of the team in the last 3 minutes of that game really cratered, and Miami just stole the game from them in a pretty big game. And Embiid said after the game to reporters that were there, I was not there, but Gina Mazzell from the Inquirer was one of them. He said that he was sick and that it, made it harder for him to feel physically in the game, sort of attributed his poor performance down the stretch to that. But then the injury report came out for Wednesday's game and he still wasn't on it. So the implication there is that the illness had passed, but then the morning of Wednesday's game, he was ruled out. Shortly thereafter, he has those two tweets that for now, until I hear otherwise, I am referring to as an April Fool's joke. Whether or not that should be a joking matter right now is a completely separate story. But they ruled him out, and Daryl Morey told Gina at the Inquirer that he was too sick to attend the team's film session that morning. They were actually going to shoot around at the arena in D.C., and then at the last minute decided to have an extended film session at their hotel. And that he was unable to make it to that because of his sickness. And so at that point, they ruled him out for the game, and that is shortly thereafter, his tweets ensued. And so maybe we'll get some more clarity on this tonight now that Embiid is seemingly on the verge of coming back again in this game. He should be available to the media afterwards, and maybe we'll get some more clarity from him then. Very weird situation. I could never have imagined that Joel Embiid would be ruled out for a game in a way that has not already happened before, but they found a new way to do it. So maybe you just got to tip your cap to them.
Do you believe that this was in essence hey, you're not going to go to school today? Then you're not going to T-ball practice tonight. All right, you're not going to go to school today? All right, we're not going to that concert, right? It felt like that the Sixers, Daryl Morey, maybe it was Nick Nurse, a little bit unhappy that he didn't make the effort to get the film study. And it was almost like, all right, we're not suspending you, but you're out for tonight's game. Was there a lot of talk of that? Do you believe that?
There are certainly a lot of people that believe that, and I very much understand how you would get from point A to point B on that. I don't know if that's true, and I don't want to speculate about something that I haven't been told explicitly is true. I think it would. It's a logical conclusion based on what's happened, but I also think history also tells us, and everybody remembers the story from last year during the collapse with Tyrese Maxey sort of calling him out, that generally speaking, he has had a different set of rules for himself versus the rest of the guys on the team. It has always appeared. And so, I don't know, is this something where the Sixers at some point have said enough is enough? And, they decided that, Joel skipping a film session was enough to hold him out of a game, even though he wanted to play in it. I suppose it's conceivable, and I understand why that is probably going to become a pretty popular sentiment around these parts.
Right.
I don't know that to be true, and I don't want to speculate too strongly with something that I just don't know about. But I understand it, though I do think that would be sort of out of character on the team's part, given the fact that he has sort of been enabled to not necessarily have the same rules as everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's definitely it's not a simple conversation, because you can say, well, like, he's been doing this for 8, 9, however many years, and now today's the day you decided that you were gonna, because he's not feeling well. He doesn't feel like getting up and going to do this. He knows he can roll out of bed and probably score 40 against the Wizards, and the Sixers maybe felt a certain way about it. Ray and I were having this discussion yesterday, and my expectation was he's playing both games this weekend. And I guess it's up to Joel Embiid if he feels like that he physically can do it. But if you're talking about 2 games that you really need, now you can win one and lose one, and you can still make the playoffs. If you lose both of these games, that's trouble. And being the 6 seed is a lot different than playing in the play-in. Is your expectation, if you had to guess right now, if he plays in both games, especially since he's probable for tonight, do you think he plays in both games back-to-back?
My expectation is always going to be that he sits one half of a back-to-back until I see anything otherwise. I am of the opinion that it's wise to just assume that that's not going to happen again during his career, unless we find that to be true. Even if he plays tonight and is listed as questionable tomorrow afternoon, I would still be skeptical up until the game starts and he's out there. He said before the start of last season he doesn't think he's ever going to play in back-to-backs again. He has tried to sort of lightly walk that back, and there have been a bunch of times where he's played on the front end of a back-to-back, and we've asked him, do you anticipate playing tomorrow? And he said, if they'll let me, I'll play. But I think he knows that they don't want to let him do that, and that they don't think that that's wise for his body. It's something he has not done in a very long time now. I'm not expecting it. If there was ever a time to do it, it would be today and tomorrow, because they've got 2 very good but definitely beatable teams in town, both of which have really strong front courts. Detroit tomorrow has probably the best and deepest center rotation in the NBA. Minnesota is probably next behind them with Rudy Gobert and Naz Reid. So if there was ever a time for him to do it, it would be now. But I'm always going to be of the opinion that that's probably unlikely unless I actually see it happen.
Yeah, no, and I said it earlier. There's a difference between playing a back-to-back in Game 77 and Game 78 when you need it than Game 22 and Game 23. And if there's ever – and if he doesn't think he should play back-to-backs physically, I get it. I'm going to move on. I'm not going to complain about it. I don't know, man. 2 games at home. You're not on the road. You're playing 2 like you had to. I think you termed it perfectly. Good teams that are beatable at home. And this is kind of a measuring stick game. Paul George has looked great. VJ Edgecombe looks good ending his first season. Maxey's back. So, I guess I'm being selfish because you're right. We should never assume that Joel's going to do that. And maybe it's how he responds after tonight. But you know what? Damn, I want to see him out there. Because if they win these 2 games, Adam, man, look out. You're potentially staring down the series against the Knicks, and that would be so much fun as a fan.
Yeah, I mean, look, they've got 6 games left. The next 4 are all against really 3. One of them is against San Antonio, who basically they don't lose anymore because Wembanyama has become so outrageous. The other 3 are against teams that I would describe again as very good, but definitely beatable, particularly because Detroit's without Kay Cunningham. They go to Houston. The Rockets have been a mess for a while, which actually helps the Sixers because they have their pick from the Jared McCain trade. I think if you even split 2-2 the next 4 games, I think if you're the Sixers, you have to be really happy with that. I think 1 and 3 would probably be what most people would guess will come of this stretch of Minnesota, Detroit, San Antonio, Houston. But if they go 2-2, even you don't want to get too crazy, but if they win 3 out of 4 against these really good teams, it's going to be hard for them not to get one of the last 2 playoff spots in the Eastern Conference. And then you get to talk about again, how much fun that Knicks series was a couple years ago. You could even dream about if they went 3-1, could they get up to the 5 seed and they could play a Cleveland team that has James Harden, and Daryl Morey made that comment about nobody at the deadline in the East acquiring any needle-moving players. And, they've got 2 really good young bigs that I'm sure would love the chance to play and beat in a playoff series, and that's a team that's had a couple really disappointing playoff exits over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
There's some really exciting possibilities if you let yourself dream and get a little optimistic, but it's going to, it's not that they can't get into one of the playoff spots without playing well over the next 4 games, but if they do, they're basically punching their ticket.
Adam Aronson, Sixers Adam on Twitter, is joining us right now from the Philly Voice. Last 6 games for the Sixers. We mentioned 2 home games tonight, T-Wolves tomorrow, Pistons. Then you go on the road, San Antonio, Houston, tough games. So even if you go 1-3, you finish with Indiana and then the Bucks. So potentially going 3-3 when you look at the Raptors' schedule. Raptors don't have a really tough schedule, but it's also not a cakewalk. They finish with Brooklyn. And so just to update us, for people that don't know, the Sixers hold the tiebreaker over the Raptors. So if they finish with the same record, they would be in, but they don't have the tiebreaker over the Hawks. Is that correct?
That is correct. And I wrote a story yesterday that's since been updated after yesterday's games with all the relevant, tiebreaker, remaining strength of schedule, standings, everything at phillyvoice.com. And if you go to Sixers Adam on Twitter, you'll see it's one of my most recent posts. The Raptors lost a game to Sacramento the other night at home, but just a huge loss for them. And also a disastrous win for the Kings, who need to get a top pick. And that actually hurt their chances quite a bit. It's sort of inexplicable on both sides. The Sixers have the tiebreaker over Toronto. They have the tiebreaker over Orlando. They have the tiebreaker over Charlotte. They lose their tiebreakers to Miami and Atlanta. Atlanta is the much more relevant one there because they're a spot ahead of the Sixers right now. The Sixers have created some distance between themselves and Orlando and Miami. So there are going to be a lot of moving parts over these last, week and a half of the season. There's a 2-game series between Toronto and Miami. There's a game 82 between Miami and Atlanta. So there's a lot of stuff that could move. And if there are 3-team tiebreakers, we get all sorts of wacky formulas that we'll all try to comprehend and cross that bridge when we get there. But as far as 2-team tiebreakers are concerned, the Sixers are in a pretty good spot.
All right, there he is. Adam, just a word of advice. Start speculating. Start using unnamed sources. Don't vet the sources. Just go with what you think. All right?
I don't know how I didn't think of this earlier.
You're too professional. You're too professional. I guess you have to leave that stuff to the rest of us to do the speculating, huh?
Fair enough.
All right, at Sixers Adam on Twitter. You can get everything that he does. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
All right, you too, Adam Aronson. Yep, very professional. I didn't think I was getting the hard opinion because he's a reporter. But I think it's pretty clear to everybody what happened with Embiid this week. And again, Ray, I am very happy, even though I was freaking out. He's playing in both of these games.
So when do I get the text from you tomorrow?
All right, so check it out. If they lose tonight, does he play? He doesn't play tomorrow?
We're going to be upset.
He's going to sit if they lose tonight?
Makes tonight a really big game.
All right, if they win tonight, does he sit tomorrow?
Yeah.
See, I don't know that.
So let's go big picture and take this kind of zoom out on this whole conversation, because here's how you could say, and this is, you ready for the PR spin I'm about to give the 76ers?
Yeah.
Because this is something I could totally see them doing. Well, Joel, we told you, he was really sick on Wednesday night. Wednesday morning. He couldn't make the film session. We didn't play him against the Wizards. We won the game. We were going to beat the Wizards anyway. We gave him time between Miami and Friday to get healthy, to rest up, illness gone, body feels good. He plays Friday night. Whatever happens, he doesn't play Saturday night. You know what he got between Friday night and Monday night, the next game? He got 2 days of rest. That 2 days of rest that they talked about before in the start of the season, that they were trying to build out the schedule, they'll build out 2 days between Friday and Monday. They'll say that Wednesday was a part of the plan, and him getting sick was just something that they ended up just ruling him out early.
But then you have San Antonio and Houston. And if you lose these first 2 games, that's trouble.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, they will go in, and I think the way they think about this, or at least the way Joel thinks about this, is that he wants to be healthy when the regular season concludes. Whether they are the 6, whether they are the 7, whether they are the 8.
But he's not going to be. Ray's not going to be healthy. He's going to be able to play. I'm not telling you that. I mean, sure, in any of these games, he could be hurt.
Right.
Any of these games, he could re-injure himself and he could not play.
Right.
But he's not going to be healthy. He's never going to be healthy.
Well,
he might be able to play.
So. Yeah.
Okay, I know what you're saying, but like he may be able to play, but you're not getting this guy that's like, oh, well, you shot him in this game. Look at him. Now he's 100%. He's running on, doing backflips out there. He is. This is what he is, Ray.
I'm just telling you that the way they managed him early this season, if I look into the lens of that, him playing tonight, not playing tomorrow night, and then playing Monday fits exactly what they did earlier this season.
Man, it ain't early in the season though, Ray. It's game 77 and 78. If there's ever a time that you buck what you've been doing all year, it's now. Especially if they had T-Wolves and Pistons, and then they finished with Indiana, the Bucks, and the Nets and Memphis. All right, you should be able to win 3 of your last 4. All right, I don't know if you can do that. I really believe this is a wait and see. And by the way, also, how does the player feel after tonight? If Embiid's saying no, but Embiid in spots like this plays when he shouldn't.
Yep, he's done it before.
And that's almost why I'm expecting him to play in both.
It comes down to him. And if he really wants to go back on what he said, then I'm all for it. Hey, play the back-to-back. You've told us before that you think your body responds best not playing back-to-backs. That's why I've kind of subscribed to what Tony said earlier today, what Adam just said to us of like, I'll believe it when I see it. I'm just not believing. If he plays tonight, him playing tonight, be upgraded to probable, leads into the idea of what they did at the beginning of the season where they give him 2 nights between games. Because then he plays Monday night, they've got 2 nights, then they play Thursday.
All right, let me look here. Sixers are 5-point favorites tonight. Yep.
Adam Aronson also pulling a little bit of an Adam Schefter there, being on the phone with us and tweeting out the injury news as he was going. I was like, all right, that's pretty good right there.
Yeah, because I when I Googled it, I'm like, oh, he just 3 minutes ago he was on the air.
Right.
No, like literally when he was talking to us, it came out. So good work by him. Because Schefter would have just hung up. He'd be like, I gotta go. I have work to do. Trying to see. I'm looking for the Sixers. Maybe this isn't updated yet on the BetParks app because hold on. There's already a change in the odds on the Sixers. Does it go up to 5.5? Let me see. No, it's still sitting at 5. Anyway, I'm looking to go. So what does Embiid do tonight? Is this a 30 burger? He loves playing against Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, 30 and 10.
Yeah, I'm more worried about the rebounds because of Rudy Gobert. Yeah, they don't have any. At least BetParks app right now doesn't have any props for the 76ers offensive players. So
let me roll down. Excuse me. Ooh, wow. Let me roll down this real quick, just while we're talking about the 2 nights rest, because now I've convinced myself of something. Friday night he plays. Monday night, 2 nights rest. Thursday night they play again. That's 2 nights rest. They have a back-to-back that Thursday and Friday. That second game is against the Pacers. He's not playing against the Pacers.
Right.
The end of the season, if they need that game on that Sunday, would be 2 days in between the Thursday night game and the Sunday game. If they break this out correctly, he is going to be managed exactly the way he was managed at the beginning of the season, at the end of the season, to get him to the postseason.
He's playing back-to-back.
All right. Friendly wager?
Because sure. Because it's not the team's not deciding this. It's him.
If they win tonight, you think he plays tomorrow night? Because that's
if they lose tonight. See, the real question is if they lose tonight, because you can easily make the case if they win tonight, they sit them tomorrow night.
That they could go 3-3 at the end of the season if they win tonight. They've got the one win of this 4-game stretch that gets them to 3-3.
Right, and that's the most. Getting a win tonight would be the most important thing because it takes the stress of, well, damn, now we have to win against the Pistons.
Right. So I'll give you the caveat. The question is if they lose tonight.
If they lose tonight, he absolutely plays tomorrow night.
All right.
Absolutely. He almost has to. I mean, it also. Are you going to tell your teammates that you're not playing in a game when you know that you're fighting for not even playoff positioning, you're fighting to be a legitimate seed? You're going to tell your teammates, you get a win, then it's like, all right, we got to manage the big fella. This is a do or die desperation game. And it's not the season's over and you lose, but it's not even close to that. But do you want to be the 6th seed? The other thing about it is that, you're talking about the Raptors. The Raptors also don't have to go 3-3 down the stretch. They could also go 4-2.
They could. Absolutely.
Which could screw you. Raptors at Memphis, at Boston, two against Miami at home, at New York, at Brooklyn. They have, and they just lost to one of the worst teams in the league at home. So it's hard to say any game's a gimme for them.
Forget what I said about Memphis earlier. Great city, great franchise.
We love Memphis.
Great team. Really looking forward to the matchup tonight.
All right, coming up, we'll get some reaction to this. Text line, phone line, 610-632-0975. Voice memo, 610-632-0975 on the Davis Honda text line. The weekend watch list. Big weekend. What's going on with it? Ray is in for Sean Brace on this one. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Two big games tonight. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Sixers have the first of a back-to-back tonight at home. They've got the Timberwolves at 7 o'clock. You can listen to the game right here on the Fanatic. Joel Embiid has been upgraded to probable for the game tonight due to illness. Anthony Edwards questionable for the game this evening on the Timberwolves side of things. We just spoke to Adam Aronson of Philly Voice, who told us live on the air that Embiid had been upgraded to probable. You go back and listen to that conversation one more time on our website or the Fanatic app. Then it's the Detroit Pistons coming in tomorrow night for the second end of the back-to-back for the Sixers. The other big game tonight, Flyers Islanders at 7. You can listen to the game on WMMR. Flyers coming to the day 3 points out of a playoff spot. Phillies open up a series in Colorado at 4:10 this afternoon. Aaron Nola on the mound for that one against the Rockies. And the Union on the road against Charlotte FC tomorrow at 7:30. Listen to the game on WWDB. This update is brought to you by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call 24-hour victim help. Yes, victim helpline 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
back. Middays with Marks, Yacht Rock Friday. More Christopher Cross.
We're going.
Yeah, we're going. We're gonna have a great time. Us and all the old folks. Maybe you can find a love of your life there, Ray.
Or just a cougar that is interested. One of the two.
Actually, it may be a hotbed for cougars.
Could be.
Good thought.
A little wine, a little relaxation, some yacht rock.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be some people be getting loose at the Man when Christopher Cross and Toto. It's not just Chris Cross.
Double
Right?
feature.
I mean, geez, who doesn't love that? All right. So right now I put my parlay in. Ray, 76ers -5. Joel Embiid 25 points or more. How about that?
Love it.
Embiid to score 25 points is it's not even plus money. It's a negative money, if you know what I mean. It's minus something.
Yeah.
Trying to bring it up. So he's playing tonight. I was just talking to Bill during he's like, yeah, but he's probable. And I'm like, no, he's playing tonight. If it's been changed to probable, he's playing tonight.
That being upgraded, he's playing tonight.
He's playing tonight. It's a matter of does he play tomorrow night? Hooah.
Yeah, we still have to figure out the friendly wager here.
What do you want? You tell me.
Well, do you want to do it based on tonight? Like based on result tonight? Because I would feel bad if they win tonight. Your odds go down considerably.
If they lose, and I don't want to have a bet based on them losing, but if they win, there's a good chance he doesn't play tomorrow.
Right, which is why I would feel bad having the he's not playing tomorrow side of this.
But you think that if they lose, he still sits out?
Yes.
You're sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't want a sandwich or anything. I want pain.
I was going to go sandwich. That's a
No,
friendly
no, no.
wager.
I don't know.
I said friendly wager.
No, I don't want.
See, this is why I don't wager with you, because I want it to be friendly here.
No, I want. It is friendly. Whatever the worst food item in the refrigerator down at MMR,
you just cleaned out.
Oh, all right.
I was going yesterday because I was like, "Where's the leftover pizza from whatever country star was here?" There was no pizza left.
Well, that's be something like that. Put it on the text line. What bet should we do?
Yeah, great. Now we'll leave it to the text line.
Yeah, I don't want to do a sandwich. That's stupid.
That's what a friendly wager is.
No, I know, but that's not good for content. Content is you having to take a shot of a creamer that expired 2 years ago.
But I don't want this to be result on how the game goes. I want this just for tomorrow.
All right, I say all right, fine, a sandwich.
No.
Italian
Let's open it up. There's not result based on tonight's game.
All right. What do you mean?
I don't think he's playing tomorrow, regardless of result.
Okay, well, I know you don't, but I'm saying, like, regardless, I can't say regardless of result, because I think the result does matter. But you're steadfast in that if they lose tonight, he's not playing tomorrow. I think that's crazy that he wouldn't play tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you know what? If the knee doesn't respond and he's really injured, like, okay, and that would still be part of the loss. And then, like, you would understand him not playing. But he plays when he's hurt all the time. He does, at least in previous years he did. This is one of these situations where he plays through being injured. I don't know. We got to the end of the show to decide on a bet.
Okay, we'll check the text line for it.
All right, let's get to the weekend watch list, Ray. What do we have?
It's time for the weekend watch list. With Sean Brace.
Not quite. We'll get to watch Sean Brace on Monday. He'll be back.
Can't wait.
You think he'll be more excited about Paul George or devastated that we had the conversation about Jalen Hurts that we had?
I think it's going to be yucky. It's going to feel yucky about Jalen.
Yeah, probably. I would imagine he's going to come back all yucked up over what happened with.
Yucky. But he also, if the Sixers win both games this weekend, he's going to come in here winning the championship on Monday. He's going to be so happy.
Which is going to be great. He's going to be all fired up from vacation, the couple of wins. He'll be in an all-time mood.
I'd rather have happy Sean than not happy Sean, because when Sean's mad, I think he has, like, he's not good at expressing the anger.
He just gets mad.
He just gets mad.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I can kind of see that one. All right, tonight, big Friday night for the local teams in town. The two winter teams. Timberwolves, we've talked plenty about it. 76ers at Xfinity Mobile Arena. That game at 7 o'clock tonight. Also at 7 o'clock tonight. Flyers, Islanders, Flyers, 3 points out of a playoff spot. Need this one tonight. Now, we've said that all week, which has been really interesting. Things have been breaking their way aside from their own results. They lost last night 4-2 to the Red Wings. They need to start taking care of their own business instead of having the business taken care of for them by everyone else.
Yeah.
So, two big ones tonight before we get to tomorrow night, which is another one that is big for the 76ers. They've got the Pistons coming to town. We've talked about that. Basketball world tomorrow night. Final Four. You bet against Dan Hurley?
Yep.
You're going with Illinois?
They're point. Last time I looked, they're 1.5. Illinois' 1.5 point favorite.
Everybody loves that offense. That Illinois offense. Incredibly efficient all season long. They've been rolling. But can you bet against the head hug?
You can lose because typically if you bet against Hurley, he beats you.
To be fair, though, with the betting against Hurley right now, they did win in one of the most insane ways of all time. Like someone that bet against Hurley last week was feeling really good for a lot of that game.
Yeah, until the inexplicable ending.
Poor Caden, man.
I would definitely take Illinois. I like Illinois in the game.
All right. So taking Illinois in the game. Michigan, Arizona. That's big around here. The Fanatic office pool for March Madness. If Michigan is to win that game, I am in a driver's seat position.
Really?
Yes. If Michigan is to lose, Trent is in the driver's seat position for everything going on here. So.
Oh man, Trent's big on the air this week with his work.
Hey,
man for being a sales executive, no doubt.
Man knows ball. So 2 great games coming up.
So real fast, I wonder about Arizona. I don't know the coach's name. But he certainly can't answer a question about the North Carolina
job. He's done a really, really bad job of it this week. Tommy Lloyd is the name you're looking for there.
Yeah.
And he's done a bad job this week of shutting down any sort of rumors, which means his agent is in a room every single day with UNC right now.
Which means he's going to be the head coach of North Carolina.
Congratulations to you. And maybe your team's just distracted enough to get Michigan to win that game. Also, Saturday night, the Union, the only team right now, Major League Soccer, without a point. Looking to find one in Charlotte. That game at 7:30 on Saturday night.
And you can hear it right on our sister station, WWDB.
That's right. And on Sunday, Flyers, Bruins. It's just, for the 2 winter teams this weekend, games they need. Flyers more so than the 76ers because the 76ers are guaranteed to play past the regular season.
Yeah, Flyers
But the Flyers really need it this weekend. And on top of that, a 3-game series for your Philadelphia Phillies out at Coors Field. Do we have an update on the Wind?
Dan was listening and he texted me back. By the way, Porter Martone, did he have 9 shots last night on goal?
9 shots. Got his first career point.
How about that?
First career point.
Good for him, man.
Not a goal for him, though people anticipated it would be changed for him. It has not been.
So he said, thanks for the shout out. I said, let me know if you hear about the wind. And he said, absolutely. If you're just tuning in, 30 to 40 mile an hour winds for the beginning of the game. And that's not gusts. That's what the wind is going to be. It's going to be in the 50s, too. 50s. So if you think 50s isn't cold, well, combine that with a 30 or 40 mile an hour wind as temperatures are probably falling during the game. The wind is supposed to subside during the game. However, if the wind's blowing out, it's a potential gold mine for prop bets here.
Over.
So take the over and maybe take not even Schwarber. Like do a Schwarber home run, then do Schwarber 2 home runs.
Yeah, and he's my guy, but we know who's on the mound today.
Yeah, Aaron Nola.
Yeah. The Lorenzen-Nola game.
Take the over.
With gusting winds at Coors Field. I mean,
what could possibly go wrong?
There's ever a reason to enjoy some afternoon baseball. This is it.
All right, let me take a look real fast on, let me see, batter home runs. Schwarber's plus 215. Look at Adolis Garcia, plus 350. How about Mickey Moniak, plus 425?
Off the injured list and batting third.
Yep. Kyle Schwarber to hit 2 home runs is plus 1,700. Just telling you. A $10 wager on that's not too bad. I'm on the BetParks app, by the way. $10 wins you $170. Not bad. You like a Bryce Harper home run?
It'd be nice.
How about Kyle Schwarber 3 home runs, plus 11,000?
Why not, man? Let's just roll all of it. Well, take the college fund.
$10 gets you 1,100, though. You don't have to bet 100 on it.
I mean,
$10.
But if I were to put 100 on it,
bro, $10 doesn't get you anything these days.
It's true.
I bought you breakfast this morning. It was $40.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, and it wasn't even good. Right?
I mean, for me, I paid nothing for it, so it was great for me. Best taste of breakfast I've had all week.
But the point is, it was $40. That breakfast cost $40. We didn't get anything special.
No, but it was good.
Couple omelets. Yeah, the home fries were terrible.
Yeah, I did discard.
What is that?
I don't know.
That's the best they can do?
It was very, very disappointing.
How's that place still in business after all these years?
I don't know.
I never see anybody in there. I know they do DoorDash. I don't want to say the name of it.
Yeah, I mean, DoorDash probably saves them because it's like, it's close. They probably have one of those, like the delivery is probably insane, and it's probably a low delivery fee.
Right.
is that's the place you go to. If you have more than $2 on your delivery fee, please.
I'm out. Yep.
Honestly, it's under $1 at this point. I'll admit it. I'm cheap.
I'm pretty much free delivery or I'm out, or I'll go pick it up.
49 cents. I could do that.
They have really 49 cents?
Yeah, 99 cents. Pushing it. Anything where I see 1 up there, I'm really not doing it.
All right, coming up next, we have the YouTube chat recap, which should be interesting. Also, we have voice memos and text line. There's a lot to recap coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5. Thank God it's Friday. Hope everybody has a great holiday weekend. You celebrate Easter. I'm also, my wife's family's Orthodox, so we have another Easter. I think it's next week.
That makes sense.
Sometimes the calendars align and it's the same day. Most of the time it doesn't. So I actually think, is Easter also Palm Sunday? Yes, it does. Yeah, I think Easter's also Palm Sunday for Orthodox.
Right, because of that week difference.
Yep. All right. Well, there you go. So the 1 o'clock hour of the program brought to you by Morgenstern Hair Restoration. Championship results, 3 locations. Wayne, Pennsylvania. Ballykinwood, Lancaster. Call them, 610-831-HAIR, morgensternhair.com. Check it out. So just as soon as we say that the Arizona coach is going to North Carolina, the Arizona coach signs an extension, huh, Ray Dunn?
5 years, locked in to Arizona. Congratulations, Tommy Lloyd. You're a rich man.
So he ended up getting, and by the way, I wouldn't want the Carolina job. I mean, either you win a championship or they want you out.
If I was Tommy Lloyd, I wouldn't.
Yeah, no, that's true. Like, I would want the Carolina job, but if you're in a good spot, he's going to get his ass, even if they don't win the championship, he's going to get his ass kicked forever.
Right. Send me money. He did this right. I mean, it was a little awkward, but he did this pretty much right.
It was awkward.
Where it's like, I might do something else. I don't know. Arizona's in a good spot. Maybe they don't need me. And it's like, no, you realize that they need you, and they're going to end up paying you. And really what you're trying to do all this week is fundraise. Because it's like, well, what does UNC have in terms of resources? And then there's just some guy in the Arizona Athletic Department, like, on the phone consistently, like, Tommy Lloyd needs your help.
What can you pledge? Yeah, no, I mean, you're right. He leveraged for his salary and he leveraged for the program. Because realistically, in today's NIL era, you need money.
Right.
You're building a team. It's like going up if you have a payroll in the NFL and your team doesn't have a payroll. You're not going to win.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of like the low major programs have hired D2 coaches where they know they're giving them a raise because instead of paying the big money to go actually get someone that's going to make like these high major assistants, instead of paying them the salary that would be comparable, they're saving their money so they can spend on the roster. It's amazing. Like everyone's just kind of looking for how can we get more money to pay for the roster. These coaches aren't looking as much. I mean, they're looking for salary, of course. They want to feed their families, but they're also looking for, all right, I understand you can offer me a good salary, but what's the resources?
Yeah, can you offer me a $30 million budget?
Right. I think Rick Barnes said it last week of like, recruiting's never been easier for me. I just ask people what their number is.
Yeah, I think Kentucky was like, it was like $22 million.
Insane.
And they didn't make it out of the first round, right? Or they didn't make it the second round.
First
they
weekend, yeah, because I think I had them losing their first game and they won. Yeah, because it was that crazy game with Santa Clara where they tied up at.
Yes.
Still mad about that.
Yep. All right. YouTube chat recap coming up, but we have a voice memo on the Davis Honda text line. What do we got?
Angry Al, retired. Johnny Marks. I've been a Sixers fan for 60 years, and I'm done. The NBA is a joke. The Sixers are a joke. I hope they don't make the playoffs, because if they do, they're going to lose in the first round. And A.J. Brown will not be traded.
Yeah, he's still doing that. Angry Al doesn't need to identify himself.
I like the retired every time.
You do?
Yeah. Angry Al. Johnny Marks.
Retired.
Johnny Marks.
I'm not. I that was probably a text I exploded during the first hour on Joel Embiid, and of course he's playing tonight because he's a big baby, and he probably had no communication with the team, and then he showed up at shoot around. So, and am I wildly speculating? Maybe a little bit, but yeah, like you got to read between the lines here. Also, like sometimes I give informed opinions, Ray. I'll just say that. So, yeah, no, like I'm so tired of the Joel Embiid stuff, and you know what happens? He comes out this weekend and he plays like an absolute animal, and he's amazing. And then you realize why you put up with the nonsense because he's such an amazing talent.
And then you're back in.
And then you're back in.
You're in. But like on Monday, it's not the Embiid show. It's the, come on, we're in. I'm in. Yeah. Watch the games.
All right, let's do the YouTube chat recap. Go.
It's time for the YouTube chat recap.
How about filling us in?
Let me tell you something else, man.
Watch us live on YouTube every single weekday.
I can't lie. Let me tell you something.
It's the Middays with Marks YouTube chat recap.
John was staked out in a tree outside Embiid's house with some binoculars.
Dawood from the YouTube chat.
All right, so listen, just so people know, I know people are making fun of me because I have my hunting, my Nike, looks like I'm going hunting. Not only do I pull it off, I make it look good too. Like this is, you don't need to be a fan of like, you don't need to be attracted to a guy that might be out shooting some animals. I believe when I leave here, there'll be many people looking at me.
Oh, they'll be looking at you. That's for sure. You can't deny that.
Just even walking the hallways here, not one person doesn't have a reaction to what I'm wearing.
No, it's amazing because you did the full walk down the business side today, too.
I did.
Everyone saw.
I talked to our big boss, Paul Blake, for a long time. Jim Antez, our sales executive manager.
Very important conversations happening.
No, and it's all the same conversation. Like, what exactly is going on? Why are you wearing that? And I'm like, it's a bit.
Right.
And they're like, oh, okay, they understand.
Yeah, it's a bit. That's a good place to stop that conversation.
Is there anybody else at the station that would wear this?
Connor.
Connor would.
Yeah.
He could do it.
He would.
Sean?
Probably.
Sean wears a lot of brown. Dylan has a similar style.
Yeah.
He's flamboyant with matching. I like to match shoes and watches and things like that. Dylan is very similar. Yep. All right, what's next?
John's attire is how I feel about his Embiid whining fatigue. JM from the YouTube chat.
Yeah, screw you, JM. All right? Because guess what? I'm fatigued, wearing fatigues, and I'm fatigued with Embiid. How about that? I had Reed fatigue, Ray. It was a big, big thing. I have Reed fatigue. I have Embiid fatigue.
Yeah, you do. That's become very apparent.
God, he's such a... he's just such a baby, such a petulant child. He really is. He's an amazing player, too. All right, what's next?
John is dressed like he's about to go hunting with Vice President Cheney with no safety vest. Money Mar from the YouTube chat.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Not only have I never went hunting, I've never fired a gun. Not even a BB gun.
Really?
No. Why would I have a BB gun? No, I don't. No.
I mean, I haven't fired a gun.
BB gun?
I don't think that's really shocking. I don't think people look at me as the type of guy that's walking around.
No, that's not shocking at all.
No.
In fact, I'd be shocked if you did fire a gun.
Right. Might honestly be shocked that I've fired a BB gun before. That would be...
I am shocked.
Yeah.
Wait, were you shooting at squirrels?
No, please. Why would you kill the squirrel?
That's what the kids in my neighborhood used to do. I'm shooting at squirrels.
Now, the mice, rats, walk around the city, that would be a different story.
Yeah, I would shoot them.
Yeah, that'd be a different story.
What's next?
Speaking of the big piece, any plans this weekend, Ray? MBD from the YouTube chat.
I thought I'd be spared today.
That?
I thought your outfit was going to keep me off.
I tried. No, Ray's going down the shore. Honestly, I can't wait for the summer because you're going to go down the beach one weekend. I'm going to say, you know what, Ray? What? I'm not that I'm coming down to your house, but like I'm coming down this weekend. Let's go out.
Yeah, works for me.
Head up to Avalon.
Last night, I was doing the Quizzo and Tacos and Tequila came up because apparently I've just been now known as the Tacos and Tequila guy.
Oh, no, that's right. Now you're a country club guy.
Yeah.
You did Quizzo last night.
At the 1912 Club.
How'd that go?
Great. I'm all in on country club.
Are you?
Yeah.
Now are they rebooking you? Is this going to be a weekly thing?
This is a monthly thing. First
thing.
Thursday of the month. Yeah.
Really?
Members, though. So,
Members only?
Yeah. Please, keep the lines down.
Now, is Harry... Will he be there?
Harry was not there last night because of a birthday party, but it is said that Harry Mays will be making an appearance next month.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right. What's next?
If Johnny Marks wins, he gets to swipe right or left on Ray's Tinder for an hour. Kieran from the YouTube chat.
Yeah, I don't want anywhere. I want nothing to do with his Tinder, and I don't want.
I appreciate that. That's very kind.
I don't want to swipe left, right, up or down, anything like that. I'm out. All right, we're back. Yeah, we don't have a bet. I don't know what because you want to do a sandwich. I want to do humiliation.
Yeah.
But you know what I made Pat Egan do? What did I make Pat Egan do?
Didn't you guys tie him to like a pole or something?
He's because Pat's a Ranger fan.
That's right.
So yeah, we tied him to a pole. I think it was right outside where the deli is across the street, and we had a sign. It was on City Line Avenue actually. If you Google it, I think you can find that. Yeah, it was the John and Sean show. And I think the Flyers beat the Rangers or something. We tied them to a pole with a sign, and people beeped at them on the way by.
I mean, I'm more than happy to hold a sign outside.
How about we shave your eyebrows?
No, absolutely not.
Well, I'm not going to do it. It'll just be you.
Yeah, exactly. See, this is what I mean. We got tilted
All
odds
right,
here.
all right. We'll do a sandwich. Coming up next, man, it's Bill and Rick.